Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Preparation Ape, your number one place for talking about Nintendo Switch.
Hell yeah, it is.
Hey, you betcha. I'm DKP.
I'm Edge Dom.
And, of course, we're coming at you. I fucking hate that term, too.
Coming at you.
It's worse than It's Your Boy. But, of course, we're live here at twitch.tv/ChainSawApe every this Monday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Normally 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time at Thursdays. But, yes, that's what we're doing here tonight.
We had some technical issues last Thursday night, so we pushed it back to tonight.
Yeah, you better believe it.
Oh, yes, the boy.
And, you know what? Unlike most prep apes, for most nights period, you gotta be nice to me. Alright, we're going for twofers. Let's do two.
Why do I have to be nice to you?
Because I gave blood today.
You gave blood today?
Ish.
I'm so proud of you.
I want to get one of those little
You're a
stickers
real boy.
so I can point to it. And hey, respect it. You better be nice, boy.
Straight Knob Creek rye whiskey.
You better believe it, baby.
Tastes like butt.
So does your ass.
A delicious butt, though.
So, what do we got on the Resonox tonight?
Before we get into that,
Yep.
I want to talk about what you've been playing. What have you been playing?
Ooh, what have I been playing?
You been playing any video games?
Yes, I have.
You been playing some video games?
You've been playing a little bit? Yeah, no.
What's up, barbecue?
I've been neglecting my WoW responsibilities a little bit. Old Chet Biceps getting disappointed. He's like, you haven't quit, have you? I'm like, alright, listen, bro. I haven't quit. But I did start playing Fallout 4 again. And,
Fallout 4?
yeah, which I never really played it.
New York City?
It's Boston.
Oh. Boston, Massachusetts.
Yes, old Boston, Mass. And yeah, I've been playing the dog shit out of that.
I saw you earlier playing and you were in some sort of theme park.
Yeah, Nuka Town, I think? Or Nuka City?
Nuka Land, Nuka World.
It's basically, I guess, like if Coca-Cola had...
Weak, says Idify.
Had fucking, a theme park, which they kind of do. At least if you've been to Fiesta, Texas, it's mostly... Dude, Fiesta, Texas has the weirdest... For like a roller coaster theme park, right? Mm-hmm. At Six Flags. Has the strangest product placement. So there used to be this ride, right? Where it's this... It's called like the Tony Hawk. And it goes in this thing, and it just spins you around, right? Like, doesn't do any loops. You can keep your bags in it.
Spins you around, but doesn't do anything.
But I guess it didn't do well. Okay. So they repainted the outside of it with pieces of fucking fried chicken. And it's like the church's chicken mobile now. It's the weirdest thing. So yeah, it's like fucking...
That's pretty great, actually.
It's like Coca-Cola and church's chicken everywhere. It's kind of bizarre, but yeah, that's the way it goes.
I tell you,
what's going on, kid?
I thought Six Flags was pretty cool until I went to Disneyland.
Oh, that's what I hear.
Disneyland, oh my god.
Yeah.
Never been to World, but Disneyland was one of the most magical places I've ever been. So
was it the happiest place on earth?
Yeah, it was. It was.
Did you at least...
My wife, who doesn't even like Disney, thought it was wonderful. We had a great time.
The happiest place on earth?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And you didn't come once?
I mean, I can't make any
How was
promises
that?
On that.
I mean, just wink once for yes. Alright. Well, I guess it was the happiest place on earth. Alright, what are we doing tonight?
You want to... Oh, wait.
Yes.
You've just been playing Fallout?
A little bit of Dead Rising 4 as well.
Okay.
But,
yeah, I saw you playing that the night that we were supposed to stream last Thursday.
Yep.
It looked cool, man. There was that Frozen sword where you like swipe into a bunch of dudes and they just freeze and then you can hit them again. Terminator 2 style. They just break.
Yeah, they've... I don't know. They keep upping the ridiculousness.
Yeah.
But without making it like overly goofy, like where the game doesn't feel like itself. For example, it's the difference between like Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't feel like Saints Row levels of goofy, but simply the weapons get more ridiculous, that's a good thing for sure. But yeah, no, it's pretty great. The new VO for Frank West is.
I didn't think he did a bad job.
It's not a bad job.
His delivery is good. He's got a good delivery.
Right.
Like he's kind of witty.
It's not
kind of reminds me of Ash.
I'd prefer the original, but I'm not super butthurt about it.
Maybe you'll like this one better by the time it's all said and done.
Perhaps.
It's not a Sutherland a hater kind of...
Well, yeah, like the difference between what was and what is...
What's up, James?
It's not quite that large. It's not David Hayter to Kiefer Sutherland, Big Boss or Solid Snake. So yeah, it's forgivable at least.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I I wanted to ask you that just because so I can have an excuse to say I started Last Guardian.
Oh, yeah?
I'm really digging it. I'm only a couple hours in.
You would.
So, we escaped the first portion of the dungeon that me and Trico were trapped in. And I'm trying to save his little life. And dude, he is so fucking cute. He's massive, but he's so cute. He just like walks around and you'll go through this doorway and then he'll stick his head through and like try to scoot through. And then he'll scratch. He'll scratch at it. And then every once in a while he'll scratch himself. It's like having a giant dog. You ever had a big dog? Like a big dog.
No.
Well, when you're a little kid and you see these big dogs, you're like, damn, that's a horse. That's what it's like, except instead of a horse, it's like a whale.
Does he lick his taint and everything too?
Mm-hmm.
No shit.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
You can hear that echoing.
What you guys drinking?
Noise.
We're drinking some Knob Creek, baby.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I got to go back to that. I interrupted you. What was that noise again?
Yeah, it's echoing throughout the ruins. It's just that. And it's like, what the fuck is it? Dude, old Floating Cat does that shit. I'll like be here, and I'll just hear this
I'm in
noise
behind you right now.
And I'm like, can you fucking do that somewhere else, man? Like, the simple sound of it is bad enough.
Yep.
You know?
I'd says Clifford the Game. Pretty much, man.
Game.
Pretty much.
Right.
He also says that Disney is better than coming. When I was in my teens, I would have said no, but now
Really?
I've come way more times than I've been to Disneyland. So
I think most people can say that.
yeah.
Not everybody.
Yeah.
I don't want to meet that person. Wait,
That's a mighty fine polo
where's
shirt
Angry
rocking
Tomato's
that,
wife? Got him. If only he was here to see it.
She has season passes for Disney World, right?
Yeah, and it's in a different state, which is insane.
Yeah. She goes like multiple times a year.
Like we're in Austin,
Like once a month or so.
in what is it?
Maybe twice.
Six
Once every 2
Flags
months.
is like San Antonio, and that's like an hour away, and it's like, I don't know about season passes
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
But that's
we do have
insane.
Schlitterbahn though. Schlitterbahn's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I like.
I'm
Schlitterbahn.
not a water park sort of guy.
Oh man, water parks are so much fun.
But James says it's a mighty fine polo shirt. Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So we need to hop to it, man.
Yeah, let's get on it. I told him it was extra beefy.
Oh, better believe it is.
Holy
Jeez.
shit, look at all those topics. So we're going to go over our prediction results. We're going to go over the Game Award winners. It's been so long. The Game Awards feels so fucking long ago. But we're going to go over everybody who won and talk about how disappointed we are in the majority of the wins or losses or whatever. We're going to do like a PSX wrap up. We're just going to talk about our experience there, what we saw, what was cool, what wasn't cool. I have a list here of all the announcements from PSX, so we're going to briefly go over that. We played a few demos. We didn't play a lot of stuff. I wasn't really feeling like standing in line for an hour and a half.
You stood in line for tons of stuff,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, I
did it once.
For Crash, right? And then you didn't even play. No, you played Let It Die. We'll talk about that a little bit more.
We'll talk about the Crash experience in line as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mostly indies is what I checked out. Indies are cool too because when you go to an indie, the devs are there. The actual people who make the game are standing there with you. So you can ask them questions. You can talk about the game a little bit, which is cool.
You can heckle them like old Chet Bicep did.
Fucking ad Twitch, really? Says James.
Yeah.
We're going to watch the new Zelda trailer with you guys. I've seen it a couple of times. We started watching an analysis of it earlier so we can kind of get some better impressions of it. But
Some
we didn't
dude
finish
with a
it.
hair lip. Yeah.
That's true. We're going to talk about the virtual console rumor for Switch. There's a rumor about some different types of games coming to virtual console, which, in my opinion, they should rename the virtual console. Because virtual console is kind of a lame-ass name. Like,
What, call it like the Nintendo Classics?
yeah, which is what they're doing with their classic line of consoles, the NES Classic. Like, there's a new Classics logo and everything. I think that'd be a cool idea. We're going to talk about Capcom a little bit because they made a really cool quote about a library of rich content that they have and how they plan to utilize that library. And then we're going to go over the Reggie Fils-Aimé, the president of Nintendo of America, was on Jimmy Fallon last week. So we're going to go over, we're going to talk about kind of what we saw and our impressions of that. And then, of course, Ask Apes Anything is going to close us out. So, you ready to do this, baby?
I suppose so.
One more for the road.
Man, we're going for 3? Jesus. All right, let's do this. So, I do feel weird to be next to this big slab of meat.
Yep. You look so good next to it, though. Especially since you're going to be the one cooking them. Oh! So yeah, on our predictions episode, we were trying to.
Shit was by accident.
We were trying to come up with.
This is my plan all along.
We were like, okay, so when we get on the show, we're going to decide what the stakes for the bets are, and we decided that the stakes should be steaks. The winner of the bet, the loser, has to cook steaks and the fixins, and invite them over for dinner. So let's see how that turned out. We also had a competition for all you guys out there. What? No, Idify segment? For shame. Man, go into Ask Apes Anything and ask about Idify if you care about Idify. These people in here don't care about Idify. Oof. That's good, right? Give me the McRibs.
That hurt me deep inside.
So...
And you don't get my ribs, by the
way. I get your McRibs, though. So we also ran a competition that everybody that went into... We posted the Google Doc in the Facebook group, and everybody had until Wednesday of that week at 7 p.m. to go in and put their predictions in, and the person who had the highest points by the end was going to win a special prize from PSX. We weren't able to get that prize.
But we got something better.
Or, relatively speaking.
Depending.
Depends on the perspective.
Less restrictive, unless you wanted a statue.
Yeah. So, general idea is the line for the store is like an hour and a half long. And when we got there, when the show floor opened, I like immediately went to the store, but I was in such a selfish mindset. I just bought a bunch of shit for myself and then left, and I was like, oh fuck, I forgot to get something for the contest. You weren't with me though at the time. You were still outside waiting. You got there a little late, comparatively speaking.
No, jeez.
You weren't about getting there 4 hours early to get into the showcase like your boy was. Have 3 damn Twitches playing now. You gotta have 3 damn Twitches. You should just go ahead and close the other 2.
Yeah, keep the best one.
Keep changing.
Leave it up to your discretion.
Went to bed without changing my computer volume.
You gotta play the guilt angle.
You gotta play that guilt angle.
We'll let you decide what the best one is. Whatever you decide is fine with us. Just know we won't be mad. We'll just be disappointed. That's easier to deal with, right?
That's understandable.
Okay.
Laura Barbecue says, is the McRib back? It is. Pepper says I tried to do it Thursday morning, but I was too late. Tried to do the
Too
McRib.
late.
Is the McRib already gone? I'll let you guys know when I get home tonight.
Why are we talking about the fucking McRib?
Because it's delicious. Alright, so yeah, without further ado, let's hit those bets. First bet was Marvel vs. Capcom 4 being announced. I would say, all intents and purposes, it was announced. I mean, it's called Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
It was announced.
Yeah.
It's the 4th one.
So, you and I both said that it would happen. Everybody else said that it definitely would happen. So, next was Devil May Cry being announced. It did not happen. None of us said that it would happen, though, so no loss there. Uncharted 4 DLC, trailer, and release date. I put didn't happen. And the reason I put didn't happen is, A, we didn't get a trailer, we got a gameplay demonstration, and B, we didn't get a release date. The verbiage on these bets is very particular. So there's a couple that I think that are up for debate. I think this one's up for debate. But that being said, we said it didn't happen. Didn't get a release date, didn't get a trailer.
Not to mention, we all said it would happen. So nobody's losing more points or gaining more points than anyone else who did bet.
Yep.
So this bet affects us also. However we called it, it was going to affect all of our points equally.
Yep.
There you go.
Tried to participate in the predictions Thursday morning, but I was too late. Yes. That.
I like how you went
Wednesday
straight for the fucking McRib. You trying to get a McRib?
Man. Oh. I mean, that's the important thing, right? It's the McRib.
You betcha.
Next is The Last of Us 2 announced / teased. That did happen. You said that it would happen. I said it definitely would happen. Your boy nailed it. Everybody else said it definitely would happen. I have no idea why everybody was so confident The Last of Us 2 was announced. There was no rumors or speculation that it would be there. But somehow we all got it.
You certainly did.
Next is Bloodborne 2 announced. None of us said it would happen. It didn't happen. Final Fantasy Remake release date revealed. Didn't happen. Idify said that it would happen. Didn't happen. PSN name changes announced. Didn't happen. You said that it would happen.
Yeah, I thought it would. You sounded so confident.
You said that it definitely would, and I said that it would.
Yeah, you sounded so confident that made me more confident.
Oh, I did say that Final Fantasy Remake will get a release date, because I got -1 points for that.
Ooh, gotcha.
Spider-Man gameplay shown. You and I said it wouldn't happen. Idify, Zariella both said that it would, or definitely would. Didn't happen. Ape Escape
DKP
sequel.
wins again. Yeah.
McRib fucking sucks anal toys, says Jams.
They don't even have ribs.
Go eat
in
some haggis,
Scotland.
right? Not real ribs or any kind of ribs.
The McHaggis.
The McHaggis. That's what they have. They have the McHaggis.
Not for limited time only.
The McHaggis. My boss actually went to Europe while you and I were in PSX. She said she tried haggis. Not good, she said.
Well, no
Didn't
shit.
taste good.
No shit.
Didn't taste good.
It's
She
one of
tried
those-
it, though.
All right. It's very
Next
brave
up,
of her.
yeah. Next up, an Ape Escape sequel or remake announced. Didn't happen. You and I said it wouldn't happen. I'd if I said it would. Zariel and Morning Shark said it wouldn't. The majority of us, except for I'd if I were right. Crash Bandicoot Trilogy trailer shown. It did happen. I got 3 points for that, which is nice. You got 0 points, which means you said it wouldn't happen. Interesting. Wait. But if you get 0 points,
I think because I didn't.
you said it wouldn't
Let's
happen.
not forget about it. Let's move on.
Let's just.
I
move
forget
on.
my reasoning behind that, but
I'm sure it was good reasoning because we had just
thanks
seen
for being
it.
so sure.
Next up is PS1 games digital for PS4 available. Like, number one, it's questionable if that actually happened. But in context of what we discussed, if you go back and watch
It's
the
virtual
episode,
consoles.
what we
were
discussed,
referring to.
we were like similar to how they did with PS2 games the previous year, where it's like PS2 games we're gonna add trophies to them, we're gonna put them on the store, and here are the ones that are available, like Grand Theft Auto and stuff.
And
They
that
announced that
certainly
last year.
did not happen.
And we thought it would happen for PS1. With that being said, we did get some like Wipeout games remade.
Yeah, but those
Parappa the
aren't
Rapper's
PS
coming
those
back. But yeah, in context of this, I do say it's questionable. With that being said, I'm going to say no, it didn't happen.
All right, I agree.
I said that it would happen. You said that it definitely would happen. Everybody else actually said it definitely would happen. Didn't happen. A Medieval sequel announced. It didn't happen. We all said that it wouldn't happen.
I don't know why that one was on there to begin with. Like,
Dude,
who the fuck's talked about Medieval in years?
I mean, I put it on here. I'm the one who put
I
it
know,
on.
but like, where did you see that somewhere? Or did you just
The
make it
majority
up?
of these I just pulled out of the NeoGAF thread on
Okay.
people's ideas of what they think would happen. There were some that so this is 25 predictions. The list started with 30, and there were some predictions that we took off because we're like, we're confident these aren't going to happen, or we don't care. And like 3 of the things that we made predictions
Yeah.
for that we removed,
Nino
fucking
Kuni 2
happened.
was one of them.
Yeah, exactly. So
Because I
thought that was
didn't
pretty
play that. I don't
interesting.
know if you did.
I did. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, okay.
A McHaggis is my nightmare, says James. Next up, a Duke Nukem sequel announced. Didn't happen. Instead, we got a
we got
Duke
something
Nukem
worse.
Bandalander.
We got something. It would have been better had there been no Duke Nukem shown. As a matter of fact.
What we are getting, which was announced at the Game Awards, is a Bulletstorm remake with Duke Nukem as a
It's
playable
not a
character.
remake. It's just
A
literally
remaster?
I don't even know if it's a remaster. It doesn't look
It's
any
the something
fucking
edition
better. It's basically just Bulletstorm. Hey, it's coming out
with Duke
with
Nukem.
playable Duke.
Yeah. Next up, a new PlayStation handheld is announced. Everybody but Zariella said it wouldn't happen. She said that it would happen, but not definitely.
It's a
would
gamble.
happen. Yeah, it's a
You
gamble,
respect
and it's a
that.
gamble that if she had won that, I would have totally respected the shit out of her for getting it.
Same thing like the last one we're gonna cover here.
Next is more Death
Ridiculous
Stranding
one I did.
news. Literally anything has to include something newsworthy. We all said that it definitely would happen, except for Zariella. She said that it would happen. We all nailed that shit. I mean, it was all over the place.
Not to mention
we got Mads Mikkelsen
conference
confirmed.
afterwards, yeah.
We got Guillermo del Toro in it. We got the
Because this did include the Game Awards as well.
absolutely.
To remember that.
Next up, Detroit, a third playable character for Detroit Become Human. And I got that wrong. You got it right. I'd if I got it wrong. Zariella Morning Shark both got it right. A Shenmue 3 trailer shown. I got that wrong. It did not happen. I thought it would.
Told you, man.
Yep, you nailed it. You got that right.
That was the one I felt most confident on
Morning Shark.
more than anything, outside of the Death Stranding stuff.
Yeah. A trailer for That Game Company's game shown. The guys who made Journey. I just knew this was gonna fucking happen. Journey devs guys. They made Journey, they made Flow, and they made Flower. And they announced like 2 months ago they've been teasing their game. I'm like, this is the perfect time to show it off. Didn't happen. Didn't show it at all. I got it wrong. You got it right. If I got it wrong. Zariella Morning Shark both got it right. I think, yes.
Man, the trio of us.
Oh, wait,
were
no.
pretty good.
I'm the only one who got it wrong. Everybody else got it right.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Demon's Souls Remaster announced. I mean, we all said it wasn't going to happen except for you.
Wishful thinking, I guess, right?
Hey, man, another one of those that's like, if you would have gotten this right, like, more power to you. Well-deserved one.
Well, I mean, like, I thought about it this way. Like, PlayStation can't make any more... They can't do Bloodborne 2, because Miyazaki's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Right?
I mean, it doesn't have to be Miyazaki.
I know, but I thought the odds of them doing it was low. Yeah. But I was like, well, they could always just remaster some old shit.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of companies do. And I wanted that to happen. But no. But alas.
Yep.
Shit got fucked.
Next up is Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale game announced. Definitely happened.
Boy,
we all said it definitely would happen. We all got 5 points for that. Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay shown. It didn't happen. We all said that it wouldn't happen. I mean,
Rockstar's too cool for that.
It's true. They are too cool for it. Next up...
I was hoping you glossed over that.
Next up, Horizon Zero Dawn gets delayed. That didn't happen. It did not get delayed. The only person that said that it was going to happen was Idify. Next up, the final one. No VR exclusive games will be shown or announced on stage at the PSX event. Again, no games will be announced. That was the prediction. That they would go on stage and just not talk about VR.
That's
to the point of announcing a new one. I think they only announced one game. It's like a flying game.
No, they announced like 4, if I remember right.
Well, maybe.
And it was like, wow, I was watching it and I was like, I don't think I could have lost this worse.
We all said that there's no way that bet's possible. The only person that said that it was going to happen.
That could have put me over the top, though.
But again, yeah, that would have done real well for you.
Wait, let me look at this.
It wouldn't have put you over the top.
Dude, I'd have been 1 point away from fucking tying with you.
Yep. So,
damn.
Final totals. I'd like to submit a late application with all the right answers. Go for it, Kurt. That game company on weed. Final totals. We'll do the guests first. Idify ended at 13 points. Zariella ended at 14 points. And our winner with 26 points, Morning Shark. Congratulations, Morning Shark. I wish you were here to celebrate your victory. We'll reach out to you on Facebook to kind of explain how it works. But the general idea here is, since we didn't get you a prize, we're going to let you just go to the PlayStation Gear store, the website, PlayStation Gear, and pick out something. And we'll order it and we'll ship it to you.
Yep.
Nothing more than $50. $50 is the limit. But, yeah, we'll do that. Idify says, LOL, I did horrible.
Well, we can't give you anything Idify, but I'll tell you what I can give. I'll give you one of these. How about that, baby? Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah, check that out.
Idify got 13.
Wherever it is.
And then, as far as you and I are concerned, you hit 15 points.
Oh, Doyle rules, man.
And,
yeah.
I hit...
What's your bitch-ass points?
21, baby. 21 points.
You like him?
That's 2 predictions bets in a row. This is the second one we've ever done. 2 in a row. Your boy took it home.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm just not like some sort of...
With that being said...
Brush it onto you. Not some sort of loser who just spends his time, vetting predictions all day. I got things to do.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely because I vet predictions all day. Maybe you could actually do that instead of fucking jerking off all day.
Hey, you want me to be fucking cool and level-headed? You gotta jerk off all day, all right?
That's fair.
No, look at me. For real. I'm not that close. All right. Well, you know what? I've always been a gracious loser.
Yeah.
So
cheers.
Yeah. We're not doing the Thelma and Louise.
What this means is that DKP is going to invite me over for a steak dinner one night. So
what I thought I had to go. I thought I was cooking at your place.
Oh, maybe you are.
Well, tell you what. What would you prefer? Would you want me to come over there?
Which one would you prefer?
Either one.
I'm cool with either.
Tell you what, I feel as though it would be easier to provide as a provider, right?
Yeah.
For both you and your lovely wife Liz, if I came over there. Old Tan Man, your baby could be there.
He can't have steak though. He's too young for steak.
Oh, I'll make him a filet mignon then.
No, he can't have any kind of steak. We'll cook him a fucking chicken breast or something.
I'll cook him a piece of shrimp. How about that?
I don't know if he likes shrimp. I'm just fucking with you. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll cook him up a baked potato. He can eat that.
Wait, that motherfucker can eat a whole baked potato but not a piece of steak?
I don't want him eating steak because he can choke on it. I get scared.
Have you ever eaten an entire baked potato? That shit's not necessarily easy.
Yeah, but you just take a bite, you eat it at your own accord. Like with steak, you gotta get the size right, you gotta get the shape right, there's a lot of factors.
I'll be on standby to use my pinky to push it down.
There's a certain level of chewiness to steak that you're just not going to get with the potatoes.
Does he know the universal signal for choking? Like the, you know?
The what?
Well, if he knows that, then I'll be on standby. It'll be.
James says the child requires meat. A child of haggis says he requires
We'll just
meat.
feed him all. You know,
feed him the flesh of the animals. Do the coffee rub. What's the coffee rub?
I don't know. Oh, Aiken was my stepdad Joey. Apparently made like some dry rub out of coffee. She was like, "Oh, it's so good. It's great." I don't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna let him do that when I'm down there, right?
DKP, you should make his family some really nice steak. But fuck Major T's.
Yeah, everyone else get like New York strips.
Don't you dare.
I'll get you a London broil.
Kurt says
it's like a roast.
You just shook his hand after he admits to jacking off all day. Kappa.
He was sucking on his fingers later. Right?
That's good. So again, cheers. Good luck next year when we bring this back for E3.
Indeed.
And all you motherfuckers who missed it, who want an opportunity to challenge yourselves and win. You gonna answer your phone right now? You just text.
Well, it was Victoria. I was gonna be like, hey.
Victoria?
Yeah.
Victoria?
Like this bitch don't know we doing prep babe.
She might not know she's doing prep. We're doing prep babe actually.
Yep.
Next year, you coming for my title? Coming for that belt?
I'm coming for it, but
yeah, yes.
I don't
yeah,
know.
make sure you guys keep yourselves informed on the video games between now and E3, because that'll be the next time we do one of these predictions. Who wants to party with Eddie Murphy Kappa?
You better believe I do, baby.
Make sure you guys are ready for next year. Don't know what kind of prize we'll do, but we'll do something cool.
That steak actually looks really good, though.
That steak looks so good. It took me forever to find the right steak, because I wanted to find a really good steak.
I don't know why you want little fucking baby tomatoes in the background.
Well, what's important about the bet is that the bet includes fixins.
I think I said tomatoes. Oh, does it?
Yeah.
All right.
So whether it's some garlic bread or some potatoes, like we gotta do it up right. All right.
I got plenty of ideas. Oh, now what? No, we'll discuss the win later. Right.
Okay.
Oh.
No, we're good. We're good.
I don't know if I have questions, but that's it.
All right, moving on. Game Awards winners. The Game Awards were, I don't know, like 2 Thursdays ago. We watched them with Idify. The intent was to stream them. That fucking...
You go back and watch the archive if you want. That did not work out well.
It did not work out well at all.
I blame Angry Tomatoes' computer.
Okay.
Because everything else worked flawlessly.
Yep.
But, hey man, want to be there.
Want to be there.
You know?
Steak should always be the prize this barbecue. Why did you find a good steak when your steak won't be as good? I've had this man's steak. It's good.
Motherfucker,
multiple levels.
Get out of here.
All right, so we're going to go over the winners.
Like, yeah, he also slopped your knob while you're eating it, too.
Slop on my knob.
He's like, here you go.
Speaking of, we should have corn on the cob.
I'm going to give that shit a toot.
We should have corn on the... Are you a fan of corn on the cob? You like the corn with it on the cob? You slather it up with some butter. They have this like corn on the cob seasoning you can do. You get like ranch flavors and like sriracha flavored like powder.
Sorry, I'm far too white to put sriracha and all that on.
No, it's not actual sriracha. It's like a sriracha like.
What is it? Baby?
It's like a powder. You just like roll your corn up. You butter it up, and you roll it up in there.
Oh, how about this? How about I can grill some corn for you. And you can put whatever you can put coffee on it and take A. Kenner's advice.
Yeah, you can get the coffee rub on my fucking corn. Slightly over salted.
You better believe. Now, whatever picture the steak is,
yeah,
you better not be some bitch who's like, I want it medium well. Because I ain't putting a picture of a medium well. I'll cook it that way for you, but we ain't flouting it online though.
Oh no, I'm not a like a Instagram my food.
Well, they're saying
hashtag food.
We're gonna need proof.
Oh,
I mean, I can give you that shit.
Maybe I'll take a picture of my dookie after I'm done and be like, "This is the steak dookie."
It's a nice mealy shit. Yeah. All right,
here's the steak dookie, fellas. All right, we're gonna go over the list. Do we want to start with Game of the Year or end with Game of the Year?
Let's end with Game of the Year.
All right, cool. Number 1, Best Game Direction went to Blizzard
because I'm gonna have a lot to say about Game of the Year.
Cool. Best Game Direction, Blizzard for Overwatch. It beat out DICE, id Software, Naughty Dog, and Respawn.
Can we give opinions now?
By all means.
What the fuck are they thinking?
Game Direction.
This isn't a fucking popularity award.
I mean, Game Direction, don't get me wrong. I think the visual aesthetic of Overwatch.
There's no way you agree with this.
No. What I'm saying is...
It's basically like, hey, let's picture a world where Team Fortress 2 and all that never existed. and this is a brand new fucking
I like
thing. It's not.
In defense of Overwatch, I think the art style and everything is magnificent.
Look, it's a wonderful game.
It's
sure.
a wonderful
But
game.
in no way do I think that...
Best game direction. As in, I'm a director who is directing a game.
You could say that it's best gameplay if you wanted, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
If you find it to be the most fun, fine, right? But best game direction, horseshit.
Horseshit.
We've seen this before.
Horseshit. Best narrative went to Uncharted 4.
And hold on. Overwatch killed a brand new game? Yeah, no. They killed fucking, what was it? The Gearbox one? That shit was dead from the beginning.
Yeah.
So don't use that as an excuse. And it has nothing to do with direction.
Killed a brand new game with a beta. Thought it was in context of that game Titan that Blizzard was working on forever.
Oh, no, it was always that, apparently.
Yeah, it was, but it was supposed to be an MMO, and that was just a piece of it. Best narrative went to Uncharted 4: Thief's End. I think that's fair. I mean, I like the narrative. Against Firewatch, Inside, Mafia 3, and Oxenfree.
I mean, alright, I guess.
I liked Firewatch's narrative. Best art direction went to Inside. Remember where you were like, I don't understand how it could get best art direction.
Yeah, I still don't.
And I was like, no, go back and play it. Go back and play it.
Don't fucking... No, fuck that. I know what the shit looks like. I played
it. But there is like subtlety in like every single frame of that game, like every single screen is completely different than the previous screen. There's a level of artistic integrity that they utilize.
Maybe we're just fucking like just a bunch of... Maybe we're just rubes and we're dumb.
I mean, that's true.
So we don't understand what best art direction means? Because apparently I don't.
Because you think it's just art style? Like an artistic style?
But let me ask you, do you think Uncharted 4 deserves to even be on the list?
Yeah.
So maybe we don't know what that means then.
I think it deserves to be there.
Well, not to dive too deep into a separate conversation, but it's like, okay, I thought this would be uniqueness, not, hey, this is intricate. Which, because even if I think, okay, well, what did Uncharted 4 do well? Right.
Well, just think about the different areas that you travel to.
Hold on, but the graphics themselves aren't unique in any way.
I would
very good.
Art direction.
But it's not unique. Graphics, Yes. So if you go, all right, well, the environments, right?
Yeah. I think the environments have a lot.
Well, how can you have both where it's such tremendously, like, well-designed environments, like Uncharted 4, but it's like, well, that's great. But on the opposite end, there is minimalistic horse shit. Not horse shit. Of Inside. But it's like...
Dude, the way, like, Scotland was designed compared to, like, Madagascar, compared to, like, wherever that fucking giant tower was.
No, I'm not saying all that was not tremendous.
The art direction in any of those were beautiful.
Right. But what I mean is we should actually come back to this as a separate topic at some point.
Yep. I'm okay with that. Best music and sound went to Doom. Oh, it's a game that I wanted. I'm so happy.
I'd be fine if Battlefield had won as well.
Yeah.
I'd been fine with that.
Best performance was Nolan North as Nathan Drake. Like, it's the last Uncharted game.
Dude,
it's like when you give Peter... No, listen. It's like when you give Peter Jackson, like, best director, not for Fellowship of the Ring, not for Two Towers, but for Return of the King. It's when you say, you're done, have an Oscar.
Dude,
it's like that.
I disagree. That's not what the... Nepotism shouldn't be a fucking part in this.
I think it should be.
No, it fucking absolutely should.
I think it should be.
No, it shouldn't.
Give it to him, man. Dude, his performance has always been incredible.
Who the fuck were the other people in here? What about the fucking dude? What about
Lincoln Clay from Mafia? Alexander Hernandez?
I don't know name that, but yeah.
Sissy Jones is Delilah from Firewatch. Emily Rose is Elena. Rich Summer is Henry from Firewatch. And Troy Baker is Sam from Uncharted.
Here's the other thing about this. It's like, okay, Uncharted 4 was great. The voice acting was really good. Nolan North especially. You have 3 of the fucking spots in that? Come on.
I mean,
the other people weren't
the best in the biz.
Weren't that tremendous.
They're the best in the biz. You saw that Last of Us 2 trailer.
Are you throwing B-movie memes at me? Is this what the fuck you're doing?
Best in the biz.
Alright. I guess we're just moving on.
Games for Impact. The only one of these games I've ever heard of, That Dragon Cancer. I tell you what, his speech almost brought me to tears. He was crying up there. He was talking about his kid that died of cancer.
What a pussy. No, that was rough. Like the way that I deal with things like that, especially while alive, is to joke around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that did make it really hard putting a fucking face to the dude.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, fuck.
It's no longer just, kind of making jokes about the idea and haha, it's this poor fucking guy up here, trying to be as humble as possible and weeping in front of like 1 million people. Like, ooh, fuck,
dude.
That was a rough one, man. That was a rough one.
By this point, I was a little intoxicated too, so I was just like, oh, "My son died of cancer."
You did? Well, who am I going to be cooking that third steak for?
He didn't die of cancer.
Oh,
he's doing well.
Okay.
I've been FaceTiming a lot with my kid lately.
Yeah?
Never thought I'd ever use FaceTime. But you see the kid, you get to say goodnight to him. Every time he's on there, he blows me kisses. Then he does this. This means I love you. He does this a lot. It's cool. Next up is Best Independent Game. Inside won that, which I believe is well deserved. Shock. Firewatch, Hyperlight Drifter, Stardew Valley, The Witness.
Dude, Stardew Valley, I believe.
That comes to PlayStation.
Hands fucking down.
That comes to PlayStation 4 tomorrow.
Which, by the way, look, I didn't like Harvest Moon. That's not my style of shit. But that's something about that. It's
Stardew Valley.
It's so good, man.
You get to pick a wife. It's wonderful.
I never got to do that.
No, you didn't make it far enough. Best mobile game is Pokemon Go. Good job, Pokemon Go. New updates coming out for that. Best VR game was Res Infinite. I just got that game yesterday. So Res Infinite's supposedly a great VR game. I Am 8-Bit. You're familiar with this. They do a lot of like special edition versions of like vinyls for a game and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just bought the Undertale one.
Yeah, cool.
And the Hotline Miami 2 one.
Yeah.
More, it's cool because it's like I'm not a vinyl collector, but it's more video game collectibles.
For sure.
That happen to be vinyls than
well, they exclusively released a physical copy of Res Infinite, limited number of copies, and I got that in yesterday. I was very excited to see that.
Hey,
it's always fun when you come home and you got a package and you open it up and you're like, "Oh, I don't know what this is." You open it up and you're like, "Oh, it came in." Yeah, good feeling. Best action game, Doom, beat out Battlefield, Gears, Overwatch, and Titanfall.
You know, Battlefield 1 would have been the only other one I would have like accepted happily.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been cool with Gears.
Look, Overwatch 2, I guess, because like I know people love it. Right? I'm trying to be fair here.
Okay,
right? But when you talk about just straight fucking action, Doom does hands down win that in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I was happy with the result on that one. That's all.
I want to hit a couple of comments. Kurt says, your child will think the iPhone is his new father if you don't step up, Major T. Ooh, got me. He says, I got Werewolves Within for the PS4. Holy fuck, is it fun. You guys need to stream it. I actually picked that up too. So, never played it. I only get the idea of it. There's like a bunch of people, and one of them's a werewolf, and you have to figure it out. I don't fucking know.
I've never heard of such a game.
Yeah, it just came out a couple weeks ago. Doom multiplayer is the most fun you can have online since Jams.
No shit, I've not tried it. I tried it in the beta and didn't like it, but they made improvements since.
Best action adventure game nominees are Hitman, Hyperlight Drifter, Ratchet & Clank, and Uncharted, and Dishonored 2. Dishonored 2 took it, baby.
Hell yeah!
Just for you. Best RPG went to Witcher.
just for you.
Yep. Best RPG went to Witcher 3: The Wild Hunt, Blood and Wine.
That's such a
I call blasphemy. It's a fucking DLC.
Yeah, like so that's
not fair
that's
at
a
all.
real shocker for me that it's like this piece of DLC won.
Yeah.
Best. Because this is the game
Couldn't
awards,
give it to Dark Souls
not the
3?
fucking DLC awards.
Yeah.
You know?
Best RPG.
I would have been fine with Dark Souls 3. I would have laughed if it was World of Warcraft, despite the fact how good this expansion is.
Yeah.
It's once again, it's expansion, right? Which I guess is like a new iteration of the game, if you want. Still is a weird choice. And didn't play Deus Ex or Xenoblade, so.
Yeah. Next up, best fighting game, Street Fighter V.
That's fun.
Yeah. Best strategy game, Civ 6.
That's also fun.
Best family game, Pokemon Go. Fuck that, man.
Out of
Couldn't give it to Dragon Quest Builders. Couldn't give it to Ratchet and Clank.
You know how many people own a Vita? Like, nobody.
It's not just on Vita, it's on Vita and PS4.
Oh, is it on PS4? I thought it was only on Vita.
No, I just only
Well,
played
alright then.
I had both versions. I only played on Vita. It's a good handheld game. Best sports and racing is Forza Horizon 3. Well deserved. The game's fucking awesome. Best multiplayer went to Overwatch, which I get. It should have gone to Overcooked, but I get it.
I agree. But, yeah. I get it.
Most anticipated game is Breath of a Child, Legend of Zelda.
Out of fucking Red Dead Redemption 2? Get out of here. Nah, I know the masses.
But what's
myself
weird
included.
is Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to outsell Breath of the Wild like 4-1.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. Zelda games don't sell that
yeah. No, that's right, because it's on the Switch and Wii U as well.
It's going to have an install base of like, what, 15 million by the time the game comes out between the Switch and the Wii U. Oof. And then the Red Dead Redemption's coming to Xbox and PS4, which have like an install base of 100,000 at this point. More like 80,000.
Hey, what is Rockstar's history of delaying games? Do they do that often?
I'm pretty sure I don't think they do it often. I know they did it with GTA 5. Because it was supposed to come out in I think they did it with 3 as well, or 4. Because they were both supposed to be March releases, and they both came out in September.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, because I want this year to be done, not because I'm not enjoying this year. Trust me, it's been a great year. Yeah. So, yeah. But I can't wait to be able to say, oh, fucking Red Dead 2 comes out this year. But I have this sneaking fucking feeling that fall release date is not going to make it. Seems too good.
I think I think it'll be done by spring, but the reason they want to say fall is just because they learned from past mistakes.
I hope so.
Next up is Trending Gamer Boogie 2988. Got it? Good for you, Boogie. Should have been Danny O'Dwyer, but good for you.
Hold on. Can we back up? I was waiting for you to scroll up there. Okay. So, I agree. And...
that Boogie should not
Trending
have done?
Gamer, though, that's the thing that's where I disagree most fucking heavily. Where it's... So, that would be like if Dr. Phil had video game segments, or Trending Gamer went to Conan O'Brien for his fucking Clueless Gamer segments. You know what I mean? Yeah, sure, he does stuff on gaming. But do you have any fucking idea how much of Boogie's shit is just low-rent self-help, which, trust me, good for him. He's doing it's heart's in the right place. It's good, all that.
It's a fan-voted thing, though, so.
All right, well, fuck me then. All right, never mind.
They're people didn't vote for it. Anybody, you and I could have gone and voted for that one. So Boogie's people turned up. That's really what it is. They got turned.
I guess. He was like, "Hey guys, this is the real Boogie here. And look, I'm a big old fat guy. I know everyone hates me. But, I just want to do it for you. And if you could vote for me, it'd be good." That's all of his fucking videos. It's like, "Hey, guys, look. I know that, I'm a big old fat guy. And, look, I just want to help people. And, I want to like people, and have them like people." And it's like, dude, enough. This has nothing to do with fucking video games anymore.
What's weird to me is, Angry Joe and Boogie and even, Jacksepticeye. They've been around for fucking ever. They've been around forever.
Right, but both... I will say... Okay, look. I don't know who... Lyric's a Twitch streamer, right? So I can't really say too much about that. Angry Joe and Jack... Well, Jacksepticeye...
I don't like Angry Joe at all. I hate that fucking jacket he wears. No offense to Angry Joe, if you're watching.
I just don't like the shtick of, I have to be angry. Even when it's a good review? No, listen. Even... What the fuck? That's not my shtick. You don't see angry prep ape. Even if it's a good review, it's the angry review.
We've talked about doing a good versus evil kind of YouTube videos where I talk about the things that are good about a game and you talk about the things that suck about a game. So you kind of play that part, at least between the two of us.
Well, I mean, I guess so, but that's not the shtick. Well, anyways, that shtick's been overplayed.
Yeah.
And as far as Jacksepticeye, I guess, incredibly fucking annoying. It's the "Hey guys, and welcome to YouTube." It's
your boy.
And I'm gonna be talking now. Then it goes way up, and it's this
Markiplier.
Oh, it's fucking awful. So, and Danny O'Dwyer today came out with a no clip for Doom, and I watched that. Fucking incredible.
Danny O'Dwyer, man. If you guys have not watched any no-clip stuff, check out no-clip.
Like Kurtzen said,
just search no-clip on YouTube.
Boogie's more of a vlog anyway. Yeah, gotta say Danny O'Dwyer should have won. Plus, the time me and him shot the shit together, you were there.
I was there.
Cool, long conversation. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was nice.
Real super cool guy. We traded numbers.
He's Irish.
I got his Tinder profile, his Grindr profile.
Cool.
Because I'm sure you can just do that.
Yeah, that's what you do. You just get their profile.
Yeah.
Let's grind.
Yeah. It's actually it's more of a skating app, right? You find rails that look really nice and slide down.
Yeah.
You know how it goes.
Yeah.
All right, we can move on now.
Kurt says DKP is a stop at the bullshit review.
Okay.
Then he says, "Hey guys, it's Keemstar here. Why does everyone fucking hate me?" I will check out that no clip. Yeah, check out no clip. He's done a Rocket League one and he did a Doom one. He did a video last week that was what's wrong with gaming media. It's 20 minutes long. It's really interesting.
Right.
Like,
well, we'll check that out
how it's all based on money and clicks and stuff like that. And he talks about how there will never be any
that's just media, period. But
there will never be any ads ever on NoClip. He will never have any advertisers ever.
Is he a Patreon?
Yeah, he has a Patreon. But Kind of Funny and Easy Allies both have Patreons, and they both do advertising.
Well, I'll tell you what. So we can maintain our integrity for now.
I was about to say,
currently, there are no advertisements on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, no advertisements here, no advertisements on the YouTube channel.
And there are plenty of advertisements here on Twitch.
Brought to you by Knob Creek.
And we don't put those there, so... Yeah. Indeed it is.
Reminds me of that Wayne's World, where he's, like, eating the Doritos.
We will not bow to any sponsors.
Oh, and he's wearing, like, the Adidas gear.
Oh, when it pans over and he's like... You know, it just doesn't. It's just sad. It's like people only do things because they get paid.
Best fan creation. There was no winner was announced during the show for this award, which also had 2 fan created games removed from the nominees list after they were announced.
Weren't the previous 2 from Nintendo that were removed?
They were. Yeah, it was AM2R, another Metroid 2 remake, and Pokemon Uranium.
Dude, AM2R.
Still haven't played it yet.
Probably my favorite Metroid game that I've ever played.
That's what's up.
That fucking good.
That fucking Mega Man game, that super robot fighting robots. That's like one of the best Mega Man games I've ever played. If Arby's Corp could pony up some cash, I bet Chainsaw Hype would take the sponsorship. Dude, I'd love that.
As long as we could ham it up really, huge.
I mean, Arby's like Twitter account, they do like video game stuff all the time, which is cool. They like take their boxes and cut them into chocobos.
Look, sweetie.
What's up, baby?
Look, sweet pea. I hate to break it to you.
Yo.
That ain't the real Arby's person we've been speaking to.
What? That's not real Arby? I thought I was talking to John Arby himself.
Is that really?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that's the joke.
Like,
come on.
Obviously, you turn the tables and you know more about Arby's than I do.
Best esports team is Cloud9. Best esports game is Overwatch. And then finally, game of the year.
Yep.
Went to Overwatch.
Wait, what the fuck? You have to be fucking joking.
Dude, I'd rather see any of those other ones win.
I legit.
Again, no offense to Overwatch. Overwatch, I know. I've seen people coming out of the woodworks that love it. People that like are still playing it to this day and taking their clips and doing other stuff. I totally appreciate. I have a lot of respect for what Overwatch is and what Overwatch does. But no.
Here's the thing. At least for me, where it's okay. Overwatch might be, it might even be a near perfect game. Right?
Whoa.
What are you doing?
How do I turn your audio off?
You're sabotaging us. Okay, look. But the problem with it is, none of it's, minus the characters and a couple of things, original. It's something, very little of it is shit we haven't seen before. And not to regurgitate what we talked about earlier, but that alone is why I don't fuck you with Mike's muted. Why I don't think it deserves Game of the Year. Exactly. Like everyone else is, kind of great. Sure, Game of the Year. Sorry, I think Doom should have got it. It's much more of a hey, this is new for what's currently out here, right?
Yeah.
It's a new thing, or at least refreshing, right? Shit that you currently couldn't have before. This type of experience. And it's near fucking perfection. But you gotta play it before the year's out.
I don't know if I'll be able to. I want to finish Last Guardian.
Just fucking do it.
I need to finish Call of Duty.
And
I want to start Final Fantasy 15. Still haven't started that yet.
Just fucking do it. Just do it.
Now, if you want to go to work for me for the next couple of days, I'll take a couple of days off.
Yeah, fucking call him and see how that goes over.
Okay.
I don't even think I'm allowed in that building anymore.
No, you're not.
Exactly.
I'm just kidding. You're allowed sometimes. Kurt says I spent around $200 on loot boxes. I'm about to spend another $100. Kappa.
Jesus. I mean,
more power to you, baby. So, would you say it's your game of the year, Kurt? What's your game of the year, Kurt? Actually, hold it. We're going to do a game of the year episode. Or a Chainsaw Ape of the Year Awards.
Yeah, later this month. Or early next year.
Ape of the Year Awards.
Yep.
Speaking of, I'll save it for the end.
Alright.
That's it. Play The Last Guardian Mage T. I'm 2 hours in. I fucking love it. We'll talk more about it in the future.
Sounds good.
Let's move on.
Well, what did you think of the Game Awards this year?
They were alright. I didn't have the big moments like last year.
Oh yeah,
where it was Jeff Keighley being like, Konami didn't let Kojima come. Fuck you. And then where Jade Raymond was like,
Metal Gear Solid would never be the same without David Hayter.
Yeah.
Right after Keeper Sutherland.
Yeah. So good. So good.
That was tremendous. Do we find out, was that an accident on her part?
I hope not. I hope it was
I never found out, but it's like, if not, that was the biggest, like, hey, fuck you, buddy.
Yeah.
Which...
Kiefer's like, well, not doing any more video games.
I got humiliated at the Game Awards. My fucking Japanese calorie mate commercials weren't enough to do it. I'm done.
Kurt says, yes. Overwatch Game of the Year? Nah. It just ain't a full package.
Yeah, and the fact that it has fucking microtransactions in it, too.
A lot of games have microtransactions.
Yeah, fuck you. Not Game of the Year games don't.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not going to disagree with that.
Thank you. Hold on, let me. You're not going to disagree with me because of time or in legitimacy?
No, I legitimately don't.
Okay.
I legitimately, but if the time will frustrate you, if me saying I'm not going to disagree.
No, I didn't know if you were just like, yeah, sure, whatever, or like,
let's move on.
You see, kind of my point there, which is like, yeah. Shouldn't the Game of the Year be a complete experience?
I mean,
ideally. When you have other ones that are that...
I would say yes, but more the idea of how microtransactions work. I don't think that microtransactions make something an incomplete experience per se.
Oh, I do.
But I think that microtransactions can harm the experience.
Okay.
Not to say that I'm opposed to them. Hi, VKP. Hi. VKP's home, guys. If you're watching this on YouTube, you just warped into a time capsule.
Which is probably... Yeah, we can move on. But
next up. PlayStation Experience Showcase Impressions.
All right.
So what I do is, on the PlayStation blog, the European PlayStation blog, posted a list of all the announcements that came out of the PlayStation Showcase, which was the press conference event style thing. We're just going to briefly go over those, similar to how we just did the Game Awards thing, and offer our impressions. They don't have them in any particular order. Joel and Ellie's journey continues in The Last of Us Part 2. I tell you, beautifully handled. From like the moment that Sean Layden comes on stage and he says, we have one more surprise for you. This game is in super early development, but we're really excited about what these guys are working on. Let's see it. And then it shows a tree. And there's like a claw mark in the tree. There's a claw mark in the tree. And then it kind of starts zooming out and there's like a destroyed car. And you're like, wait, is this Days Gone? What is this? Like every game on Earth is is this Horizon Zero Dawn? Like, all these games are, like, post-apocalyptic now.
Post-apocalyptic.
David the post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, that's funny. Give me them ribs.
Whoa!
let me just get them that way. However you want to give them.
You're making the whole fucking thing turn over. Kurt says, Last of Us 2 fan theory, Joel is dead as dicks. Love the guitar playing. Boom, boom, boom.
This is Kurt saying, back at you, buddy.
What did he say?
He said, dead as sticks.
No.
Tried to read. It's funnier upon second.
Very good conference inside of it. Yeah, it really was. So, yeah. This camera zooms out, then it shows the Firefly sign, or it shows like a street sign. Has the Firefly logo on it. Everybody in the audience loses their fucking shit. They're like, oh my god. Sorry. Getting the clip.
Trust me, I was outside watching on the big screen. That's
Did it make you cough too?
No. But I choked down some bourbon in the wrong pipe. I was like, oh my god.
It happens. VKP, she was just standing outside doing like a hand motion thing, and she was doing it like this, is what I thought, but her hand was like this. She was pointing at something. But I didn't see the finger, so it just looked like this.
Man, that fourth wall break.
Ever
tell you about that time?
Let me get a sliver of a beverage.
Ever tell you about that time? You remember Arby's dude? Arby Corp?
Of course, yeah. We were just talking about it 2 minutes ago.
He's like, you know what makes the best Arby's spokesperson? Roast beef and being really shit-faced. # fourth wall. My favorite quote that he ever had from
that guy. He had some good quotes, so.
Yeah, that was great. Ooh. You want me to read these? You okay?
No, we're still going with Last of Us. So, Then we cut to somebody that's got a tattoo on their arm, and it's a hand, and you're like, whose hand is that? Is that a dude's? Is that a girl's? And you kind of see a shot, and you're like, oh, those are boobs. That's definitely a lady. And you're like, is that Ellie? Could Ellie be older?
And it was Boogie 2988 coming at you. It's your
boy. It's your boy, Ellie from The Last of Us. So you see her, and then you see her start singing it, and everybody loses their shit again. She's singing this badass song. You know, you played through The Last of Us, right?
Yeah.
Closer to the end
right
of the
when it
first
came
Last
out,
of Us, Joel's playing his guitar and stuff, and Ellie's like, will you teach me how to play guitar? And he's like, I'll teach you someday.
I reckon I can teach you.
I'll teach you someday,
After
kiddo.
I teach you how to fight.
So she's playing. She's got some bite marks on her neck. Looks like she's crying blood. Then you see a shadow walk through the door, and you're like, that's Joel. Then you see him start walking by all these corpses of all these freshly dead bodies that look like have been murdered.
It's not how it happened. Everyone was going, is that? Oh, that's not, is it? It was that sort of thing.
Yeah. And then you see Joel, then it's like his side profile, everybody loses their shit.
And then I was like, that's not
Joel. And then he's like, hey, kiddo.
And I was like,
what are you doing?
Okay, when he said that.
And then she's
I was like, that's Joel. Then he said the next part, like, we gotta get going. His weird voice that didn't sound like his. And I was like, that ain't him. They're playing us.
And then she's like, I'm gonna kill every last one of them.
I reckon I killed them fireflies.
If you haven't watched the trailer, check it out. And if you haven't played The Last of Us, play The Last of Us. Hello, DKP, says A Canada.
Oh, hey, hello again.
The fan theory is that
sure
Joel,
BKP.
if you didn't play through The Last of Us, there's something that regarding the fireflies, based on something that happened at the end of the game, the fireflies are going to fucking hate you at the end of The Last of Us. So The Last of Us 2 kicks off.
For a second, I thought that you weren't just trying to be vague. I was like, well,
no,
yeah, it's because of...
I was trying to be vague. If you haven't played it, go play it. If you don't have a PS4, play it. Pick up a PS4 and go play it. So, get to the whole idea is that it's you versus the fireflies. Mm. So, the rumors are, or the speculation is, or the theories are, that Joel was killed by the fireflies. And she's on a rampage. Neil Druckmann did say that in the first game, Joel is the main character. In the second game, Ellie's the main character.
That's to be kind of what I expected.
Yeah.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah, that's totally cool.
However, they did kind of it's kind of a weird thing where it's like, remember how Ellen Page was really pissed in the first one? Like, hey, you made like me like 6 years ago. Could you not do that?
Yeah.
Now, it's like 6 years in the future. It's gonna basically be, and it is. It's basically Ellen Page. I bet she's going to be none too pleased.
Looks kind of like Ashley Johnson.
Yeah, however, I think it's safe to say, I don't think we're getting Beyond Two Souls.
Beyond 3 souls.
Yeah, 2 souls, 2 furies, you know what I'm saying?
Beyond 2 souls, 2 furies.
Also, Miss Kurtz is saying she was crying blood because she got AIDS.
Hey, man. I want to be there. Can't wait to the part where you guys talk about the game none of us expected, Knack 2. Kappa. Knack 2 was in my predictions list. That was another one that we deleted off. You're like, who the fuck gives a shit about Knack 2?
Yeah, well, dude. Okay, we'll get to that. Because it is on the announcement list, too.
Next up, Uncharted 4 The Lost Legacy announced. Did you think that was Uncharted? Because I totally thought it was Tomb Raider.
I thought it was Tomb Raider 100%, yeah.
Totally got burned. I'm like, nope, that's Chloe.
What do you mean burned?
Because I was like, I was looking over at Elizabeth, I was like, that's definitely Tomb Raider.
Ellen Page has nothing to do with The Last of Us, Pab. Sorry, mate.
Wait, so Ellen Page isn't the voice? No, it's Ashley Johnson. They stole her image? Nope, but she just looks kind of like her.
What do you mean,
they ended up changing it. Dude, they ended up changing it. If you go back to some what the older shots look like, and then you compare them to the newer shots,
it still looks like Ellen Page.
More like Ashley Johnson. Sure. I always assumed it was Ellen Page. Well, you know what they say about assuming?
You make an asshole out yourself.
You fucking...
Well, stop making that noise. It's so inviting. I can't...
Next up, Lost Legacy. Any impressions? It's a standalone DLC experience.
No,
it's just gonna be like 2, 3.
We talked about this yesterday, and it's like, okay, it's like Blood Dragon or something like that.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, the thing that made me like Uncharted to begin with were the characters. Sully, Nate.
Nate and Chloe are cool characters, though.
No,
and it's about like
oh god, I can't remember.
It's about like Indiana Jones style.
Not Sam.
Sam is
his fucking. I don't give a shit about him. His wife. What the fuck is her name? I want to say Elena.
What's up, son?
Is it Elena, right?
Elena, yeah, that's the.
No, she was great too. If it had been a fucking like Elena, but I don't care about.
I think it's cool because
who the fuck is like Renee Chloe Wedger? Like I don't. So it's like. I don't know how I feel about it, man.
It's like this idea that it's got an Indiana Jones thing where it's like, this belongs in a museum. There's like a war in this war-torn area. And they're like, nah, dog, we got to protect the history of this place. That's what they're doing. I think that's honorable. It's very honorable. Honorable.
No, I heard you the first time.
He just made this face like, I don't know what he's saying.
What's honorable? Yeah, never mind. I've just never heard you make that honorable before. So I was like, what the fuck? And it just sounds weird. First time I heard it, you know?
The wife's name is Wifey. That's fair.
Yeah.
Next up is Nex Machina. It's made by Housemarque, the guys who developed Resogun, and Eugene Jarvis, who makes like a bunch of old classic shooters like Centipede and stuff.
So it's like Centipede. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, it looks cool. Like the Housemarque, their games are incredibly well designed and they're always fun. So I'm sure that'll be cool.
Fair enough.
Thoughts?
I don't remember that being unveiled.
All right.
I was standing outside, outside, and there's the big screen. So some of it, along with dude, there was 2,000 people out there or more cheering. I might have missed that one in particular, but yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn got some new footage. I don't even remember what it looked like. Maybe it was just a trailer. Oh yeah, I do, because it was there's this part where the camera goes down this cavern, then it goes to the door. Yeah.
So speaking of ones from the same developer, Sonic Speak says, my apologies for back into topics, but is a DLC for The Last of Us worth playing? I never played it either, so this is also a question.
It absolutely is worth playing. It is to me. So, it's the story of, Ellie right before she beats Joel. So it's her and a friend, and they're, traveling through a mall together. The mall after it's been destroyed. 20 years later. And they're going through just, looking at old shit. And it's her and her friend. And it's the story of how Ellie got bit.
She got her groove back? What
yeah.
you saying?
Yeah.
How Ellie got her groove back?
Yes, exactly.
Damn, all right.
Yep.
Yeah. So it is worth it, though.
I think so. I mean, if you're interested in that story, you find something out interesting about Ellie as a character that's not revealed in The Last of Us. What is that fucking face?
We've talked about it before.
Yeah.
But anyways, so if you care about it. So did you really like The Last of Us? Do you care about those characters? Probably is worth playing then.
Yeah, I would say so. Next up, Wipeout Omega Collection announced, which, not a huge Wipeout fan, definitely prefer F-Zero to Wipeout. But it's cool that they're bringing back, an old trilogy. Story how Ellie finds out that she gets a zombie AIDS. I mean, that's fairly accurate, actually. Next up, Capcom announces 2v2 fighter sequel, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite for PS4 that's coming out in 2017.
Got a lot to say on it, but I don't think I have a lot to say here. I don't think anyone
we've talked about it. We've talked about it in the past, and we'll definitely talk about it some more in the future as more gameplay footage and stuff's revealed. I don't know how I feel about this whole Infinite system that they're doing. So.
It feels like Power Stone, and it's well...
Power Stone's dope, though.
It is, but keep your Power Stone out of my fucking Marvel. Very much like how keep your Witcher out of my Zelda. We'll get to that later.
Yep. Sign to Speak says, I'm taking her friend as the daughter of the Queen Firefly. Not going to spoil it for you, but I like that. Yeah. Laura Barbecue says she definitely has her groove back, judging by her sick tunes in the trailer. She does. That's a good song.
Did you ever see Walk Hard?
Yeah, of course. Love that movie.
It would have been tremendous. I've done a bad thing. And then, I was about to spoil it, which would have been to elaborate on the song, but let's not do that.
Yeah, let's not do that.
So the blues song from that, if you remember the beginning. Anyways.
Next out, check out the new trailer from the PS4 action adventure Neo, which Chainsaw is hyped for that game.
You better fucking believe
it's made by Team Ninja, the guys who make Ninja Gaiden and stuff like that. But that game got announced in 2004.
Did it really?
Yeah. It's got it was announced before The Last Guardian and Final Fantasy Versus 13.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Well, glad to see it's turned into... It just went
under the radar for the last 10 years.
There's no way it was going to be Samurai Souls.
Yeah.
From the beginning. No. So at some point they did a shift, and I'm glad they did, because
supposedly
I played the alpha and the beta, or 2 betas, or whatever it was, and it's tremendous.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's cool what I played. Later, Jams. Thanks for coming to hang out.
Take it easy, man.
Hope you dream of haggis sheep. Capcom has been a fuckboy lately.
Count haggises.
So they can themselves. Capcom has been a fuckboy lately, so they can themselves. Okay. Eddie Murphy says, I didn't see my Telltale Beverly Hills Cop game announced. Those fucks. Afro Kappa.
Dude, how shocked would you have been? had it been like, and next, a new game we're all excited to show you. Then it goes black. Boom.
That would have been
I'd have lost my fucking
What's up,
mind.
Beerworks Candy? Thanks for hosting.
Yeah. I'd have completely lost my fucking mind if that happened.
Yep.
Axel Foley in.
Wait, Eddie Murphy as Axel Foley. It would have been incredible. Well, let's move on.
Next up, Gravity Rush 2's planned single-player expansion. So Gravity Rush 2 isn't even out yet, and we're getting some single-player DLC where you get to play as a different character. Never finished the first one. It's kind of cool, though. I like the way the gravity mechanic works in it. Next up, Parappa the Rapper, Patapon, and Loco Roco PS4 remasters are coming in 2017. I think that's cool. Give Parappa a second chance. They asked on the PS I Love You panel if this was like a way for them to see if there's interest in these older franchises. And Shuhei Yoshida was like, I mean, that's not the overall goal, but if we do see that one of these games sells incredibly well, yeah, of course we'll look into it. So I thought that was neat. Next up, Knack 2 is coming to PS4. We got a blue Knack, not just the red one. A blue Knack.
Wow.
The first one had co-op, but it was kind of a weird
No.
co-op.
I mean, wow, Knack 2?
Yeah, Knack 2.
Who the fuck cares? Who played that game?
A lot of people. It was the best-selling PS4 launch game.
Because it was a fucking launch game. Yeah. Who played it and who liked it, though?
Who liked it? That's a completely different story.
Thank
I tell you, there is one person that absolutely loved
Mark
it.
Cerny?
My nephew. He played it when he was like 7. And now he's 10. He's like, it's whatever. Knack 2.
Nah, we ain't done
the memes.
Hold on.
Meme City. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Now, I think completely. They're like, okay, we need Mark Cerny. Right? We gotta have him. You know, it's his baby, right?
Yep.
Like, okay, fine. We'll fucking do Knack 2, okay?
He's like, come on.
You get your second
like,
shot.
hey, can you be the lead system architect for PlayStation 5? He's like, give me Knack 2, I'll be your lead system
architect. Like, I'll do it for Knack 2, baby. Like, alright, fine.
Sign to Speak says, off topic, what are your thoughts of Allison Road and how they are forced to stop development? And poof, Biohazard 7 is what Allison Road would have been, or sort of is. I think it's cool. What's up, Bonkin?
What's going on? Would you be able to save that for Ask the Apes at the end? I got a decent bit on that.
We're gonna...
our last segment is just general questions.
Sign to Speak. Hang out for longer. So you can make sure to ask that question at the very, very end of the show.
Yeah. But tonight's Prep 8 in particular, we're so fucking packed.
Yeah.
Just gotta move through.
At the end of the show, we have a segment called
We got
Ask
infinite
Apes
time for Ask the Apes.
Next up, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy rebuilds the PS1 classics for a unique PS4 remaster. We'll talk about that some more whenever we get to our impressions of it, because I got a chance to play it, and you got a chance to watch people play it and stood in line forever with us. Next up, final Resident Evil 7 Biohazard demo update came out, and they released a new trailer, and the demo allows for VR mode. Shocked I haven't downloaded it yet, because I want to check it out in VR.
I'm not fucking with it at all till the full game comes out. It's like it's less than a month away. Can you fucking believe that?
I can't.
It's January 7th, right?
No, it's January 24th, so it's a little over a month away.
So yeah,
we're close.
away.
We're a lot closer than I ever thought we would be to a game like this, a Resident Evil game like
this.
Dude,
it's insane how quickly just they announced it and it's coming out.
Yep, I love when developers do that.
And then it actually is.
Yep.
Right?
Next up, surreal futuristic action game Let It Die is available now on PS4 and it's free to play. We'll talk about that more because you got a chance to play that. Friendship ruining party game Move or Die announced for PS4. Don't recall that even existing. Destiny's 2016 festive season kicks off with a new event, The Dawning, starting 13th of December. We're moving on. Nier Automata, release date and demo announced, and new trailer debuts. I hear Nier Automata is one of those games that's like, everybody should play this game. Nier is amazing. Play Nier. It keeps going unnoticed. Play fucking Nier. And it looks cool. Maybe I'll check it out when it comes out.
I still don't know what the fuck it is, really.
Thanks, Pebeth.
Yeah, cheers. Which, by the way, can someone link the Facebook group if you want to join the Mr. Sign to Speak?
Facebook.com/group/Chainsaw group. Next up, introducing the new Griffey-inspired retro mode for MLB The Show 17. I think that's cool. Like, I used to play baseball
retro
games.
mode. Look, I don't care about sports games, but that retro mode did look fucking cool.
Like,
what a neat idea.
Back when we were kids, we'd play fucking anything we could get our hands on, including sports games. Baseball games, football games, we loved those as a kid. I think pretty much everybody did. So yeah, retro mode, that's a cool idea. Not saying I'm going to rush out to pre-order this game or anything like that.
I'm not going to buy the game at all, but I do like the idea.
Yeah, I appreciate what they're trying to do here. Next up, high-stakes, fast-paced investigative action in PS4's Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony comes out in 2017. Danganronpa is a...
Dude, they got to start shortening those titles.
It's called Danganronpa V3.
Old Angry Tomato, I'm sorry, Chet Bicep was stoked this game started being unveiled here.
Yeah. So Danganronpa it's very similar to something like the Hunger Games or Battle Royale, where all these kids are forced to kill each other.
Why is that something that's really popular these days?
I don't know.
When you put it that way, like, hey, if you ever want to see us children murder each other, but this is for you.
Yep. And the person who is hosting the game is a teddy bear named Montekuma. So the first 2 games are different casts of characters, and this is the third game, which will be a totally different cast. So the first 2 are only on Vita. However, they're about to come in a pack to PlayStation 4. So more PlayStation exclusives. Resident Evil 7 is like if PT never got canceled and it's going to be great, says Eddie Murphy. Different type game. There's some things I'm concerned about with Resident Evil 7.
Don't tease me with PT or Silent Hills, alright? I'm happy we're getting a reset. But we'll talk about that later.
Just real quick, things I'm concerned about with Resident Evil 7 that I am not going to talk about, because remember when I told you that there's like a gameplay thing?
Yeah, they did a gameplay reveal and you were like, it's so awesome.
It's so awesome. Don't watch it.
Spoils.
There's a couple of things in there that I'm like, I don't really like that they did this.
There's TV spots that they're releasing right now and stuff. And I'm like,
avoid everything.
It's only a month away. Why the fuck am I going to look at it?
There's too much.
I'm already buying it. I know that I already am.
Yeah. Next up, beautiful new trailer for Ni no Kuni 2: Revenant Kingdom. Ni no Kuni 1 is cool, very Pokemon-esque, with a Studio Ghibli style. This one looks like they changed up the combat more. It doesn't look like they're using the whole Pokemon thing, and it looks more action-based, so I'm excited for it. First one's dope. Next up, head-to-head versus mode comes to Pyre. Pyre is the game by the guys who did Bastion and Transistor. Again. Not sure when that's going to come. Not sure if it's going to be good. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fun, but we'll see. I'm sure the art style of music will be glorious. Domestic dinosaurs and grow your settlements in a PSVR demo called Dino Frontier. Easy Allies, they did their impressions.
We want Dino Crisis, but at least we got this.
Yeah. They did their impressions, kind of their post-show wrap-up, and all of them played Dino Frontier. How they described it was...
Wait,
said,
all of them?
Yeah.
They were there?
Yeah.
Brandon Jones was at...
All of them were there.
Kyle Boston was there as well?
Yeah.
I didn't see any of them.
That's because you were on the show floor for like maybe 3 minutes of the entire 20-something.
It's incorrect. Show. But
maybe 4 minutes. I was off. Anyway, I didn't see him on the show floor either, to be perfectly honest. So the way they described it, so Brad Ellis is sitting there and he's like, "Hey man, so we're on the show. We're on the show floor at PSX. I get a text message from Kyle that says you have to check out Dino Frontier." And what Brad says is, I never get texts from Kyle, so I know if I'm getting this text from Kyle, I have to play this game. So he's like, so I played the game, and it's fucking amazing. And all the allies are singing tons of praise about this VR game, Dino Frontier. So I don't know if it looks that great, but...
What is that? What was that? What was that 1980s game? Or it's like the telephone. It's like, is this Brad calling? The way you described that sounded like that commercial where it's like, I got a text from Kyle and he said, you just have to try out this.
You just have to try this out.
I'm sorry.
You absolutely have to. Peppa says, I hope the music for Pyre is going to be good like the other two. I would bet my left nut that it will be. Next up,
I'll take that bet.
Windjammers returns soon on PS4 and PS Vita with online multiplayer. Never played Windjammers. I know everybody lost their fucking mind about Windjammers.
I think
the Neo Geo game.
Yeah, I turned back to Idify when we were sitting out there, and I was like, I think Zod and I played this on Shit Game Saturdays on the MAME arcade like 2 years ago. We streamed it, so I was like, I can't believe I'd never heard of the game then.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's super fucking huge.
It's got a big cult following.
Yeah, online.
Yakuza Kiwami, a remake of the original PS2 classic, is coming to PS4. I want to play through the Yakuza games. I hear they're really good.
Dude, so do I, man.
So I hear you should start with Kiwami. Then we're getting Zero, which is a prequel to Kiwami. So then you should play that one. Then you're going to have to go out and buy 2, 3, 4, and 5. Because they're not on PS4.
Fine by me. It's like the Japanese Goodfellas, but with an added focus on fun.
Yeah. And plus you get to punch little girls in the face. Just like real life. Next up, mysterious third-person adventure Vane announced for PS4. I don't remember what that looked like, so we're just going to move on.
I don't either.
Conduct titanic tactical team-driven battles with Dreadnought coming to PS4 in 2017. It's like one of those ship games. It reminds me of like Eve Online, which I'm like, One War, Two Unique Perspectives, action RPG Fallen Legion comes to PS4 and PS Vita with 2 different tales. I don't know about that. Team up with friends to achieve victory in PS4 top-down arena shooter. Games of Glory, out 2017. That sounds like such a mobile game to me. Games of Glory.
It really does. Like Clash of Clans.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's it.
So, overall thoughts?
Based on the showcase?
Yes.
I walked out of there being like, it was alright. But the more I thought about it, Marvel vs. Capcom, Last of Us 2, fucking Crash Bandicoot Trilogy actually looks really good. We're getting Parappa the Rapper coming back. Like, there was enough there that I was like, okay, yeah, this was a really great show. I think it was better than last year's. Like, what made last year so great was sitting there with you and be like, Final Fantasy VII. But that's not a Final Fantasy. Remember it ended with like...
I think you meant like 2 years ago.
No, remember the last year's ended with Paragon? They're like, and one more thing. And it's like fucking Unreal's
what
MOBA.
do we think it was gonna be last year?
Dude, probably
like,
Last of Us 2.
And one more
honestly.
thing. Something you already know exists. And it's like, wait a minute. Are you fucking kidding us? Because anytime you watch one of these conferences, that's what you wait for, is the, I almost forgot.
Yeah.
Also, it's this, Shenmue 3 or yeah. I thought it was alright too. I mean, mine shifted to... It was
better than I thought it was when I walked out of there.
It started pretty fucking strong, and then ended weakly.
See, to me, they did a good job, like, addressing all the PlayStation fans. They're like,
right.
You like MLB?
Well, I mean, I'll give you that.
You like Destiny? We got you.
And as far as like
gotcha.
PSVR, like how they ended with that, like if that was a big thing I was into.
Vita, they showed some Vita stuff off.
So all in all, like for a PlayStation conference, yeah, it's a good. For me, it was alright. Started real strong. Didn't get my Final Fantasy VII though.
Nope.
But it was pretty good. I'll give it a pretty good.
Time to Speak says new Marvel vs. Capcom. Hope it's not another button masher. Slid a AA battery over my controller and came out with some sick combos.
Gotta spin the X Factor immediately.
Alright. Anything else that you want to say about the PlayStation Showcase?
Nope.
Let's move on.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it was. Let's talk about some games we played. What we're going to do is we're just going to play some trailers, and then we're going to talk about the games that we played while we play trailers.
I'm going to go to Little Boys and Wayne. We talk about this one.
Yeah, this is one I played. You did not play this one.
Yep.
So, this is one of the games I played. Pretty small line. Got to talk to the publisher that is also the developer, Sumo Digital. They've worked on a lot of games. They worked on like Disney Infinity. They worked on Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing, but this is their first original title. So if you look at it, you're like, this is like a 3D platformer, like Yooka-Laylee or Banjo-Kazooie or something. And it is, except the difference is you can't jump. As you can tell, you move as a snake. So one of the things I really liked about it were the controls. So to move forward, you just kind of move forward. But to move quickly, you have to like move the joystick back and forth. So you're doing this motion right here, and he like scoots along as fast as possible. Since you can't jump, you have to climb up these platforms. But since you have weight to you, you have to wrap yourself around stuff. So you kind of get this strategy of just like, I'm going to wrap myself around this to get to this post, and then wrap myself here to get to this post. As you can see, like they're like spinning platforms and stuff that you have to use to make your way through. Snake animation is very snaky, says Pepe. Yeah, very cool game. Probably, like, of all the games I've played that I had never heard of before, this is the one that I'm like for sure gonna buy day one. Because I love 3D platformers. I love like these games where you collect random shit like this. And it was hella fun. I talked to the devs for a good like 30 minutes about it. They're really excited about it, of course, but it's kind of their job to be. A trouser snake. No, there's actually a trouser snake in the new game Yooka-Laylee. So yeah, Snake Pass. I had a lot of fun with it. It was cool. I'd recommend it. Like I said, the physics of the snake and the way you climb the platforms and stuff like that was really cool. Now we're gonna move on. Next up, I played a game called Flint Hook. This was just like the reason I played this one is it's one of those games that you walk up to and no one is playing it, and the dev is just kind of standing there on his phone. And I'm like, hey, nobody's playing this, and there's not a line for it, so I'm going to check it out. Very glad I did. Number one, the character model. I really like the way the character model looks. He's got that mask on. He's kind of got a Shy Guy feel to him, which was cool. And he's got this little grappling hook, if you get to see here in a second. Yeah, you use that little grappling hook. I started playing it and I was like, this reminds me a lot of Towerfall Ascension, but like a single-player game. He's like, yeah, Towerfall was a big inspiration. So you have cool abilities. You can shoot that like snowball thing.
Towerfall was incredibly fun.
Yeah, Towerfall is great. This is a roguelike. If you look in the top right-hand corner, you can see that there's a map. So you go through these different doors.
Not quite Metroidvania style-esque, but a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you have all these different doors that you can go through at different times. And your goal is to take out all the enemies, get all the loot, and try to, get to the end boss of each stage. I'm gonna buy the dicks out of this, as Kurt's saying. That poor dead forever alone. Are you talking about this game, or are you talking about Snake Pass?
By the way, how did Snake Pass compare to Snake Rattle and Roll for the NES?
Better? Snake Rattle and Roll sucks, man. Go back and replay Snake Rattle and Roll.
Bitch, I will! I'll stream that shit,
Great
too.
stream. Going to bed, guys. Night.
Alright, good night, Canada.
Good to see you. Yeah, you pick up different things as you go along. But what's cool is you also have like the ability to freeze time, which is kind of neat. So if there's a part where there's all these platforms and there's all these like spinning saws that you have to try to get around, or these lasers that you have to go through, you can do the slow down time animation to kind of get yourself through it. So, Trouser Snake says Kurt. Yeah, that game was great.
Trouser Snake Rattle and Roll, baby.
So yeah, as you can see, what's kind of cool is the way you go through doors is you grapple onto it.
It's actually really fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Didn't we see this last year at PSX when we went as well?
Maybe. I didn't play it last year. If we did,
it might not have been playable.
A boss fight.
But I could have sworn, dude, this looks incredible.
It plays.
I'm willing to bet if we roll back the tape, we have talked about this on Prep 8 before.
Maybe so.
This might have even been in our...
I don't recall any of that, but...
What is this game called again?
Flint Hook. See the name right above the video.
No, because it might have been on our best nominees for best grappler for the E3 awards. I've seen this game before. I'm almost positive it was there last year.
Maybe so.
Which, to speak of, so was Chasm, which is another one that
you told me to check Chasm out. Didn't check it out. The line was a little long.
Yeah, I was gonna stand in it mostly to ask the same dev probably that I asked last year. Hey, when's this coming out?
Yeah.
And I signed up for the email alerts thing. It's been on Steam, and I was like, I'm not gonna stand in line for this long to fucking heckle the guy and go. Like, as a pure interest, but like for him it'd be almost like a heckle of like, hey, I fucking asked you a year ago. When's this coming out? What the fuck, man?
What's up, bro?
So I was like, yeah, I'll leave it. But no, this looks fucking awesome.
It is. Like I said, it plays incredibly well. It feels really good to play. The grappling hook is a good length to where it's not too long, but it's not too short.
Yeah.
So as you can see, you just kind of hop across the top. And you have to control where the grappling hook goes, and you control where your shots go. So, yeah. I had an incredibly fun time.
I mean, not to mention, I think... it almost looks like it takes some inspiration from...
Rogue Legacy?
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh, that part right there, specifically. Where you get to kind of
it's a
choose
roguelike.
power-ups.
It's a lot like that.
And I remember... I don't know what episode of Prep 8 it was on. We did the 2D v 3D. I think I came away saying, like, I prefer 2D.
Yeah.
This could not be more like my jam. You know what I mean? Like what I want.
As you can see here, you get to a boss fight. If you look up in the top right hand corner again, you can see the map. Where
any game, especially when you have that much mobility to move around the screen. That's why I was like Mega Man X.
Yeah,
like Mega Man's great.
You got the dash,
but X is like the precision on how you can kick off walls and jump back and forth and do whatever in X. Is like almost like something I've never experienced before since.
Yeah.
In the amount of mobility this game looks like it gives you in that boss battle when it's hooking around, going everywhere. This does look fucking awesome.
It is. It's a ton of fun. I really enjoyed the hell out of it. So it was cool. And again, like just getting to talk to the guy because it's one guy that's working on it. Getting to talk to that guy.
Me.
Yeah.
The sole developer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was super cool. Very happy with it.
All right.
You want to move on?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Any release date for this?
No release date yet.
All right.
He said next year sometime. This is one that I this is one that I played. Chet Bicep played it. Their Chet Bicep's impressions are on the Facebook group.
VKP played it as well.
Yep. As someone who's played through the Crash Bandicoot trilogy, it feels and looks like Crash Bandicoot, but prettier, which is what you want.
But what I think works about this in theory...
Did you just go, what I think works? You rolled your R a little bit there. I like it.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's part of the Tex-Mex whatever
Flavor?
the fuck, yeah. What I think works about this in theory is that, because we talked about this, okay, do we want it to be a one-for-one remake? Or do we want it to be, like, remade, but, you know, levels are different, like most remakes,
I
right?
want it like Resident Evil Remake, where it's basically a one-for-one remake, but just a little
Resident
bit extra
Evil remake
put in.
was... Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
And I think that's what we're going to get. I think we're going to get a little bit extra. It's stuff like you're going to get better checkpoints in this game.
Sure.
So,
What I mean, what I was saying is, like, where I think this really works is that most people that love this series more than likely have not fucking played it in 10 years.
yeah. Or
So
more. It's 20 years old, so.
when VKP and I went back and streamed, I think it was the second one, and we beat it.
Yeah.
It was brand new to me all over again. It's been that long since I played it. So, in no way, like, this does look like either a 1-for-1 remake or a 1-to-1.1 remake, right? But
Which to me is the best route to go. We've talked about it before.
But it's going to be brand new to 90% of the audience. Which
Absolutely.
Is a good thing.
We've talked about it before, and we talked about, like, should we get a new Crash game? And, like, we've talked about, what if we get a new Crash game? A new Crash game could be great. And then they announced this, and I was like, no, this is better than a new Crash game. Because it's the really, really good Crash Bandicoot games remade to look like modern games. To me, I like the idea of that way more, because there's no, like, fear of you getting a game. I mean, we've had a lot of Crash games over the last, like, 5 years. And none of them compare to the original trilogy. So getting the original trilogy in this format, with this graphical style, it's the tits, baby.
Plus, how rare is it that you get... You know, how often do people are like, I want a remake, I just want a remake.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, here's your remake. But it's kind of what you want, but not really. This will be, in my opinion, like the test of, like, okay, here's this thing that you loved. You loved it a lot. Right? Like Final Fantasy VII, for instance. But here's the remake where it is legit 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Let's see how let's see how it works. Because this is the first time that I've seen a remake that is literally just 1-for-1, but graphics updated.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's cool. I'm excited. Kurt says, Chip
Same.
Bicep sleep with the person in the Crash mascot costume. Yes, he did. Peppa says, wow, it really does look like Crash. Yeah, it's cool.
And they didn't use the fucking Activision model either. That was the first thing that I said
Yeah,
when
you're
I
like,
saw
oh
it.
no, it's going to be the Bandolander model.
Oh no, it looks
I'd be down for a
great.
new Crash if they could do the trilogy justice. Yeah, I agree with that. It's actually, the funny thing is, it's made by, it's not Traveler's Tales. It's another thing that starts like that. Anyway, there are two different developer teams.
Sorry.
Yeah. And there are two different teams who work on, I'm so sorry about the noise, everybody.
Here, hold
No,
on.
that sounds awful.
That's gone.
There are two teams who work on Skylanders games. The guys who are doing this are one of those two teams. So, it is a Skylanders team making this game. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, let's move on. Oh, I played it. Feels just like the old ones. Like, I had a great time with it. Yeah. It's actually prettier in person than it is in the trailers. It looks amazing in person.
Yeah, I stood in line to play it. VKP really wanted to play it as well. She's a big fan of Crash. And I was like, I don't want to stand, like, too deep in line. And then, like, she plays, and I'm just like, okay, no, my turn. And, like, play the same thing.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'll take your word for it. If it plays like Crash Bandicoot, I know what that's like.
It does. But
And
you get a joystick.
There was also that, and when you go to PSX, they give you little bags and shit, right? And they have hand sanitizer in it. Well, I didn't have mine. And, when I was up there, I fucking sneezed into my hands, and the developer who was standing there looked at me like, oh god. This guy gonna fuck. And I was like, and it made me self-conscious, like, oh yeah, that's right. That's right,
good.
I didn't fucking bring my... So I was like, okay, you know what? You play. I'm not gonna touch this nasty controller. Fuck everyone else.
Got
I'm up. So yeah.
I didn't know that part of the story. That's good.
Well, there you go.
You want to move on to the next one?
Let's do it.
I think this is you. I did not play this next
Let's
game.
do it. There you go. Yeah, this actually was my like game of show when I saw it. Now, it was a little bit of a roller coaster of emotion here.
Oh, you're doing it, so you get to turn up the volume.
I
some.
listened to all the levels. This one was really quiet earlier, but I think I might turn it too much.
Should have touched it with your sneeze hands, says Kurt.
Nah, the guy was there like, this
He was
blonde fucking Troy Baker haircut. I was like, I can't do this to the guy.
no, kind of like
but
He-Man.
I mean, I was there at Thunderfire, and he was like, "This looks like the way I think it looked to him was like cringy and stupid."
Crash or this?
This,
Okay.
but it's like to me, like the moment he was like, "Oh, senpai," I was like, "No, this game knows exactly what it's doing. It's trying. Yeah, it's the self-awareness of it." And to that odd, it looked really fun. Kind of like this is a game like nobody fucking played, but Shadows of the Damned.
Yeah.
Was another one.
Is your laptop this time?
Ooh, baby, it might have.
Sorry, continue.
That's what I got. But, yeah, no, so I was unaware, because, like I said, we were outside, so I didn't hear all of this shit, right?
It's close.
Yeah, no, we got time.
Anyway, sorry, continue.
I didn't know this game was already out.
Yeah.
And
It came out the day that you played it.
Yeah, I guess I missed that part of the trailers. Plus, I don't think this is the same trailer we saw at PSX.
I'm not sure if it is or not.
Pretty sure it's not. Because this wouldn't sell
This doesn't have any gameplay to it, is what it looks like.
Yeah. Plus, it didn't have any of the funness of the characters. Well, alright, go look it up. What a lame trailer. Like,
Yeah.
you get the skateboarding death guy in there, but you don't... What the fuck are they thinking, man?
From what I saw, the gameplay looked like a third-person action game. Like a Dark Souls kind of thing.
It does function similar, yeah. Didn't feel as good.
Okay.
And that's one thing, when VKP played it as well, and we both left, and she was like, I didn't quite like the way that it controlled, and I was like, hey, don't worry about it. This, to my understanding, is probably... Oh, it's... No. I think it's this one right here. Actually. Oh, Jesus. Well,
That's 35 minutes.
Whatever.
Just click it. Just play something while we're talking.
Right, but I don't know the volume on these other ones. What if it's...
That's the same trailer we just watched.
Yep, we're fucked. Okay, so look. I was like, don't worry about it. It's not released yet. It looks like it's early alpha.
Yeah.
Ooh, turns out I was wrong.
It's free to play, too. So it's free.
Ooh,
You can go
when I
download it
heard
right
that,
now.
I was even more like, ooh, I'm not going to play this. And it's a real fucking bummer for me, because,
Peb said this trailer did not sum it all up. He's saying, what the fuck kind of game is it? You should try to pull up gameplay.
You know what? Fine. I'll pull up the actual PSX trailer. Why don't you tell a fun story about the time that we, I don't know, paid $70 for pizza or some shit.
So at PSX 2015.
You're not really gonna... Okay, yeah, go on.
PSX 2015. It was just you and I there. Our wives weren't there. No Chet Bicep. No Idify.
Yeah,
just
what
me
a
and you.
bummer.
Fucking chainsaw aping it up. Jay Diggs was there, but she was there with her boyfriend at the time. So, we stayed in separate places and everything.
Alright, I've got it.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
So, one night we're like, hey, let's order some pizza. And we're like, let's try to find the best pizza in San Francisco. Paid $70 for pizza.
That's not what happened.
It was pretty
We were
good.
just like, let's
No,
find
that
some
is what happened.
Let's find a place that delivers here.
No, because I was specifically said I want to try to find the best
Oh,
pizza.
yeah?
So that is what happened.
Oh, okay. Well, we paid $70 for it, and it was alright.
It was all right.
$70.
We did eat every bit of it, though.
Right. It was only 2 pizzas.
We ate it for the next 3 days.
And it wasn't like those fuck off, like, New York style, like, you can't wrap your, you're hogging, you know what I mean? Like, this was, like, 2 Domino's pizzas, but not
They were a little bit bigger.
$70 is rough.
They were good, though. Not
All right, yeah.
$70 good. Okay.
No, not at all.
All right. Let it
All right.
die. Let it die.
Finally waking up. Just make it to the top of the Tower of Barbs. Hey, dude, you're a gamer, aren't you? Just try it out.
I liked their booth. I think they had the coolest.
Dude, their
booth.
booth was
About
awesome.
to get busy around here.
Senpai, I was waiting for you. I forgot to mention, my name is Uncle Death.
Yeah, Uncle Death.
Those are the jackals.
You gotta have Uncle
They are
Death.
body collectors. Wanna try again?
Sorry, it's broken.
Close your face, I'm just about to get max score here.
I'll make anything.
Oh, how I've been waiting for you, fellow believer.
Shit looks so weird.
Which is excellent. It's weird and it looks awesome.
Bad was gonna happen. It's probably the greatest game ever made.
Yeah, all this looked really fun to me, though, you know?
Congratulations!
Like, I like the characters, I mean, all that stuff. So, to not break the fourth wall, where were we? But yeah, you said, because basically when you told me A, it's out, and B, right, it's free to play, I was like, oh shit, great. Oh my god. What was that? It's like, I'm not playing this. However, who from Easy Allies had what to say about it?
Ben Moore from Easy Allies. Let me see if I can actually find the tweet. Going to Twitter. You want to read a couple of comments?
Yeah, Pep says, oh, I'm way more interested now. Exactly. It does look like a lot of fucking fun. Now, the game itself, God damn it, Victoria. Man, we are just fucking shit in the bed here. It's gone. I took care of it. But, yeah, the game itself does control a little bit weird. Some of that might be, specifically, like, heavy attack, light attack, right, are swapped than what it is in Dark Souls 1. And I'm so used to playing that style of game with that same control scheme in, like, 4 different variants, that the clunkiness, so to speak, right, might just be that I need to get used to it. Make sense? But everything else about it, Mr. Kurtzan, I hate to tell you wrong.
What turns me off from Let It Die? Oath's death is Death's voice.
That's part that sold me. I thought I was like, this looks, it's self-aware and fun, like Shadows of the Damned or the other things from Grasshopper, right?
Yeah.
Which are tremendous. But,
so, Ben Moore on Twitter says, he's from Easy Allies. It says, most surprisingly great game of the year. Most surprisingly great game of the year.
What a man.
Is Let It Die. Is easily Let It Die.
What a man.
Grasshopper hasn't felt so on point for me in a long time. Grasshopper's the dev, of course.
Yeah. Now, I did mention, I think it was Shadows of the Damned. I think it was Spicy Horse. But
You're a spicy whore.
Similar style, though, if you will. So yeah, this was my of show. Don't know if it still is, because I've not played it.
Yep.
And I thought it was an alpha.
Yep.
I didn't know it was free to play.
You should download it. Do a stream. Maybe a Wednesday night stream.
I'll tell you what. I fucking should.
You should. It's free to play.
Yeah. Speaking of, I do think, now, Peb, you're going to confirm, I think Peb might be coming over here to stream with me on Friday.
Ooh, that should be fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if we confirm this Friday or next Friday. Either one. Either way, I'll be
you're
here.
getting the whole internet's hopes up right
and,
now. And you might not make it. Hope you feel bad.
I mean, I'll be here. I just don't want to.
Well, now you're making him feel bad.
Well, he fucking should. Because he's Pebiv.
Oh shit, said Idify. All right, let's move on.
Don't put me on spot like that.
You put him on the spot. I'm just saying. Shh. That true, Pebiv? Next up, Future Grind.
Yeah.
So this game reminded me of Trials HD mixed with Uniracers from Super Nintendo. You ever play Uniracers?
I did, yeah.
Cool game.
Played Trials as well.
The beginning of this trailer kind of sucks, but it'll give me an opportunity to kind of talk into it. So the general idea here is that you're on these weird bikes that have 2 wheels attached to them, one on the bottom and one on the top. Your goal is to get to the end of the track, but you're balancing on one wheel, okay?
Right.
But the wheels are different colors. So, like, if you have the red wheel, you have to be on the red track. If you're on the blue wheel, you have to be on the blue track. So you're switching it back and forth and trying to land on the correct tracks.
This looks fucking awesome.
It is fucking awesome.
Is it controlled with sticks, like the outside the triggers?
Yes.
Or...
Yes.
Because you did play it, didn't you?
I did. I played it for, like... There was a guy next to me who beat the entire thing in, like, 2 minutes, and it took me, like, 30 minutes, and I didn't even finish it. Just because there's like 5 levels.
Did you get to that point where you feel behind and you're like, oh, Jesus.
I felt like
an ass.
Like when I say there was a guy...
It's like that fat kid at Target with the basketball shorts on going.
When I say that there was a guy...
in the Super Nintendo.
Next to me who beat it before me, he came up like 10 minutes into me playing it. I'm sitting there playing it, he came up, he just like tears through the levels. And it's funny, the dev is sitting there talking to me about it and talking about... Oh, it reminds me of this, and this is kind of cool. And he's like giving me tips and stuff like that. And then he's turning and he's talking to this guy, and he's like, man, you ever played this before? And the guy's like, nah. And he's like, well, you really get it. He's like, you did this part really right. And I'm just over there like, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah.
You mean the Arrested Development?
Which is from
Charlie Brown as well. Oh, yeah, Peanuts.
It's Charlie Brown.
Whatever.
More sense to people. But yeah, super fun.
That
Very
does look
excited about
awesome.
Yep.
I'm down with that.
Yep. Worth checking out. All right.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right, moving on then. Tooth and Tail.
So, don't hit play yet, because I want to stay on this image. Elizabeth and I, it's getting close to the end of the last day. We're walking along, and I see this artwork with this little mouse holding up this sign, Tooth and Tail. And I'm like, this looks interesting. And I walk over and I'm like, hey man, what kind of game is this? And he's like, it's a real-time strategy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not very good at real-time strategies. Don't fully comprehend how they work. Like Halo Wars is the best I can do.
I don't get how they work. I can't reach the parts of my body. I've never had sex with a woman. I don't know how it works.
But the art style was convincing enough for me to try it.
All
and
right.
the guy was like, you want to play, man? And I'm like, I haven't done this. And he's like, would you like to?
I mean, you ever read those books? You might like this.
Interestingly enough, I'm talking to him about the art style, and the guy's like, yeah, we were looking at Redwall art, and we found one of the fan artists, the guy who does fan art for it. And we hired that guy to do all of our art. So it's a guy who does Redwall fan art who did all of the art for the game.
How excited must this guy should have been where it's like, oh, I'm so used to drawing, medieval knights, and it's like, oh, I get to draw him in, like, I get to make this look like Goebbels and Hitler? Great! Yeah. Sure, I'll draw him that way. That's interesting, for
I'm
sure.
really good at building empires to be crushed by the others in RTSs. Halo Wars is the best you can do.
Have you play online, don't you? I'm sorry.
Go ahead and hit play so they can see it. It is an 8-bit style, or maybe 16-bit style RTS with this really, really cool art style. And you get all these cool little outfits. And you have to build these farms.
So it's not traditional RTS where it's mouse pointer, like...
No.
Oh my god, I fucking just punned really badly. Mouse.
Oh!
Yeah, and I'm not happy about it.
So you build these little farms.
Yeah.
The goal is to destroy the other team's farms. So you build a farm, and then you have these pigs who like work out in the farm, and then as they are doing that, you build up resources, and then you use the resources to like build your art. So you can build like little rats or squirrels or I don't know. There were other little badass things. And I saved up and got this huge warthog who had a flamethrower. That was really badass. I ended up winning, but it was because the other guy.
How long did you get to play it for?
Just one match.
Which is how long?
10 minutes? 15, maybe? But the guy who was playing with me was the developer, and he basically just let me win, because he was just kind of guiding me through. He's like, do this, this, and this, and this, and this, which was kind of cool.
What if he'd Mortal Kombated you? Like, hey man, wanna come play my game? Just whooped your fucking ass at it.
And I'm like, well, this game kind of sucks. And he's like, well, maybe you should be a bitch.
I didn't have any fun. But you own this game. Well, just, bro, get like your parents to buy it or some shit. That'd have been awesome.
But yeah, art style was really cool. I really liked the idea of the game. One of my like least favorite games of the show, just because it's not my style, but it's something I definitely am willing to check out. And it was really cool. The guy to just kind of walk me through and giving me tips and just different ideas for strategies. That was really nice. Love to draw. Want to do it for a living. Suspense.
Fucking do it then.
Not that easy, but I got your back, baby.
Well, I don't know what else to say.
Speaking of paints,
the
the faceplates you made for my 3DS fit and look perfectly. I need to take some pictures and show them to you. He took some faceplates and like redid some stuff on them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, for the 3DS. Let's move on.
All
Finally.
Right. In our last game you played.
Yep. A Yooka-Laylee.
Well,
so you and I did a stream of the toy box mode for Yooka-Laylee.
We did, yeah.
And it played incredibly well. So when I saw an opportunity where I could get to play this, I jumped at it.
You know, I looked all over the floor for this and could not fucking find it.
It was there were only 2 screens, 2 TVs, and the demo was 20 minutes long. So only 2 people getting to play it 20 minutes at a time. It's kind of like it was a pretty long one. There were only and this was the first game I played on Sunday. Got there on Sunday, got in line for this immediately, and was in line for a good 45 minutes. Plugging it in.
Nope.
What?
Just keep going.
Plays, looks, feels as good as it should. The world is so much more massive. So all of this that we're getting to see being played right now, this is the same demo that I played.
Go on.
Yeah.
I am actually.
So all of this is all from the same world, but well, that's not from the same world. That's from a completely different world. but all of this is.
So when we played Toy Box, it was like developer mode.
Yeah.
No textures.
Yeah.
You played it like this.
I played it like this with all the textures.
And?
Very cool. The one thing I was trying to, because I saw two guys before me that were doing this part, the roller coaster part, and I was like, oh, I gotta find this and I gotta get here. Never made it there.
What do you mean never made it? When you say the demo's 20 minutes, like they cut you off at 20 minutes?
Yeah, you get 20 minutes to do whatever you want, run around in this world,
Gotcha.
accomplish any kind of missions you want to. So one of the parts that kind of made it interesting, which was cool at the time, but looking back on it was kind of annoying with my ability to enjoy this game, and nothing against the situation happening. So I'm sitting here, and then the press gets to sit on this side. So I'm sitting there, and I'm playing it, and then two of my favorite guys from IGN walk up. And I'm like, holy shit, it's these two guys. I love these guys. It's Brian Altano and Marty Sleva. They walk up and they start talking to the Yooka-Laylee guys.
Altano,
and they're like, yeah, your demo starts in like 5 minutes. So while I'm playing, this happens. Like probably 2 minutes into me playing, they walk up. So their demo doesn't start for 5 minutes. So I'm like listening to their conversation and like playing and listening to their conversation. And my wife goes over and talks to them and is like, hey, we want to try to get a picture with you after it's all over. And they're like, yeah, cool, we can do that. So then they sit down and start playing next to me. And I'm just like, like playing Yooka-Laylee, and I'm so excited. I'm geeking out that these two guys from IGN are playing next to me. And I like look over to the guy and I'm like, you know what's cooler than playing Yooka-Laylee? Is playing Yooka-Laylee next to you. And he was like, and then I could hear him in his breath being like, fucking loser. You fucking loser.
Piece of shit.
Look at this piece of trash.
You just ruined my entire video.
We were having a lot of fun, and now we're not having fun because this nerd's right here talking about how much he loves me.
I haven't felt like I was going to get molested this bad since Halloween.
But yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Has this improved since the stream you did? I mean, the stream we did didn't have a lot to it. Like, this was the full breadth of what the game can offer us in terms of, like, next to, I don't know, the way that the levels are structured and the missions and stuff. Looks a lot more. Yeah, what we played then, like you said, didn't have missions. It just had collectibles.
Didn't have
this had
textures
actual
either.
missions.
So
had characters on screen that you could walk up and talk to and get missions from. So, yep. I had a blast with it. Definitely day one purchase.
And when's this coming out?
March.
Ooh, we're getting close.
Yep.
All right. Moving on to
the new Zelda trailer.
hopefully one of the last things we have to watch. We don't need to talk.
I think this is the last thing we have to watch.
But yeah.
God damn it, the energy.
So yeah, they just played a new trailer. We were watching a analysis of this, and it was kind of cool. And they were like, "Oh, this eye is representative of the gods birthing the creation of
Yeah, it's like, what the
Earth."
fuck am I watching? Dark Souls analysis videos? This is insane. It's a little much, don't you think?
It shows, if you look here, it showed a couple of different versions, which showed seasons. We see like wind and water. That's an NPC. That wasn't Link. These two guys are also NPCs.
That aren't Link.
There's a horse building. There's a horse. There's a
Ooh,
doe.
hey.
There's some dogs in this game.
There's a horse building.
There's some buildings getting built up. A really cool looking village that's on this inside of a little waterfall area. Looks pretty neat. There's old Link. There's some fucking dude that looks like a
Bird person.
There's a sky ship or airship, which is cool. There's one of them robots that looks like an octopi. Looks like Zelda.
Linkle.
Zelda in a blue outfit.
Yeah, you think so?
Destroyed village. That looks like the Skyward Sword thing,
Yeah.
which is interesting because it's not in the sky. Link and Zelda standing next to each other. Her looking like Rapunzel. Nintendo Switch. Wii U.
All right.
What'd you think? Not a lot there.
No, not really.
I'm still worried about this game.
And we're going to talk about that a little bit later again when we get to our final slide, I think. But we'll save it.
One of our slides. I mean, let's talk a little bit about Zelda now.
All right.
So, I've voiced my concerns with Zelda Breath of the Wild quite a bit since E3. So, my biggest concern is that they're turning it into a Western RPG, and I don't want a Western RPG. I want Zelda. I want go into a dungeon, find a weapon, use that weapon to beat the boss, now be able to access a new part of the world. Stuff like that could potentially exist. I want to grab a heart to fill my health. I don't want to go have to kill an animal and then cook meat and then use that meat to refill my health. I don't want those aspects. I don't want weapons that I just randomly find. Like, there's a part in the E3 trailer where there's a sword sticking up out of this, like, on this island in the middle of a little lake. And he goes up there and he pulls it up, and it's like an old rusty sword. And it's a piece of shit sword that breaks after three slices. I don't want stuff like that. If I want to pick up weapons, I want those to be like, oh, this is this. Like, this is this. There are 3 swords in most Zelda games. This one has hundreds, potentially thousands of different types of swords. So, I'm a little worried about
axes,
that kind of stuff.
etc.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about this kind of
what
stuff.
you're saying is, I don't want durability in my Zelda?
Yes, I don't want weapons.
Wow!
Yep.
Does anyone ever want that?
Oh, you also have a stamina meter. So if you run too far,
You had that in
Skyward Sword,
as well,
but one of the parts that made Skyward Sword suck. Every dungeon needs a weapon, a key, a map, and a compass. Exactly. That's not going to be how it works in this.
So what are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is I'm very concerned about the game. With that being said, I'm going to try to go into it with an open mind. I don't want too many changes from the Zelda formula. Looks like we're getting a lot of changes to the Zelda formula.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that.
So one thing I mentioned, we talked about this briefly earlier, which was you were like, well, maybe I'm being too overcritical.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we talked about Final Fantasy.
Right, what was the comparison though?
What do you mean?
So there's a comparison between like how this one. Okay.
So what I was talking about with Final Fantasy, I was listening to a podcast earlier today, and they were talking about Final Fantasy 15 and how a guy wasn't feeling Final Fantasy 15 because he missed the heyday of Final Fantasy 15 and the older Final Fantasy.
He needs to get with the times like I am. Like, as far as I missed the heyday as well.
Yeah.
But it's dead. It's dead, Jim. It's never coming back either.
And that's kind of where this comparison's coming from. Is that, like, Final Fantasy, I was never really big into Final Fantasy games, but Final Fantasy 15 totally appeals to me. I haven't played it yet, but I played the 2 demos for, like, upwards of 10 hours.
You phrased it, I think, a little bit more like how he said it, which was, look, Final Fantasies are more JRPG-esque, right?
Yeah.
Now, 15 is more like a Western RPG, right? Big difference between the two.
Yep.
And you were like, well, but a lot of people love, Final Fantasy 15. So you're like, well, maybe I'm behind the times and I gotta get with it. Or maybe I gotta give it a shot and say, okay, well, yeah, I don't want my Zelda to be this way, but a lot of people do, so you gotta do it that way. Now, and my response was, don't give in. I think you're correct. And here's why. So, I can name fucking 5 JRPGs that are on my shelf over there, that are current, that I haven't even played. Yeah. I can't name one single one that's like Zelda, but also so much like that critical purity of the Zelda formula. Some games emulate it to a degree.
Stuff like Darksiders and stuff like that.
But they never go all the way. Because they don't want to be a complete, total ripoff, right? So you only have the one. That's that pure. And it only comes out every couple of years, right? And it has that one formula that works every time. Yeah. Now, when you have that, you have plenty of JRPGs to choose from. Like Final Fantasy, fucking the new Journey Odyssey to the West will come out. Zelda, you only got the one, and now you're changing that. So as far as, like I was saying, like, no, I don't think you need to compromise.
Yeah, basically what I'm saying is that I'm not super excited about this, but I need to be going into it with more of an open mind.
Yeah, don't go in on it to shit.
Because the guy in the podcast was not going into Final Fantasy with an open mind, and I was like, man, but the new Final Fantasy looks so cool. And I was like, he needs to play the new Final Fantasy. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, wait, how he feels about Final Fantasy is how I've been feeling about the new Zelda. So maybe I need to go into the new Zelda with more of an open mind. So I've made the decision to go in with more of an open mind.
You're going to only do yourself a favor by doing that, sure. It would be like if I was shocked that when Final Fantasy VII gameplay was shown, I was like, oh my god, it's not turn-based? No, I knew it wouldn't be. Like, I'm a bigger fan of turn-based.
Oh, the new Final Fantasy.
Yeah, sorry, the remake.
What?
I'm a bigger fan of the turn-based, but I'm in the minority, and that's fine. In that regard, I don't think
you are the minority when it comes to Final Fantasy VII fans.
Well, maybe not Final Fantasy VII fans, but that's not all whom they're selling to, though.
For sure,
right?
And I think that's kind of the point. And I think that's the point with this. It's not who they're selling to.
So
they want a Zelda that's going to sell 10 million.
There are other games that are turn-based that I can go to that can feel that way. Yeah. If I just want to experience the story, which that's more important to me. Yeah, that's still going to be
from our perspective,
intact,
yes, but
hopefully.
From Nintendo's perspective or from Square's perspective. They want a little slice of that pie, baby.
Right, what I mean is, like, I can still experience Final Fantasy VII to get the story, and it'll be great.
Yeah.
Hopefully, right? The remake. Zelda, you don't play it for the story, necessarily. That's neat, but you play it for the experience.
Yeah.
Now that's being changed, and that's the only one of which the experience itself is kind of one of a kind because no one wants to rip off of it too much, and we're no longer getting that. So yeah, there you go.
Makes sense. Paint says Final Fantasy 15 rocks house so far. I remember Final Fantasy 1 shortly after release. It's definitely evolved quite a bit since the first one. And this has definitely evolved quite a bit since the first Zelda.
Oh,
so, yeah. Cautiously optimistic. I say that a lot in regards to this game. Hoping for the best.
Same.
Expecting it to be good. The thing is old Zelda games, if it's like, hey, check it out, here's Ocarina of Time. 10 out of 10. Fucking masterpiece. This, I don't see any world where this would be a 10 out of 10. I just don't.
See, funny enough, I see this being 10 out of 10 more than any other Zelda ever. But I'm not. But I won't be the one liking it though. Because it's such a departure.
I won't be the one liking it.
No, listen, it's such a departure that it's like I feel like nah, this isn't quite what I wanted. But somehow, like just the way the reviewers work, a lot of times I feel like that it's going to be 10s across the board.
When I'm talking about 10 out of 10,
I'm talking about
a 10 out of 10 for me.
Oh, okay, that's a little bit different.
When I said Ocarina of Time is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece,
You said Skyward Sword. That's why I thought you were talking about something different.
No,
That's
Skyward
why I
Sword's
thought.
a real
That's
piece
why I
of
thought
shit.
you were talking about
Apologies.
developers.
Skyward Sword's
okay.
a piece of
Never
turd.
mind then.
It's a real piece of turd.
Good.
Yeah. Cool. Let's move on.
All right.
All right. Let me see if I can get this actual computer on again. Because the article that I need is on this thing. Would you look at that?
Well, I mean, do we need the article? What's the rumor? The rumor is
that GameCube games. Look at this battery is low.
Yep.
The rumor is that GameCube games will be in the backwards, or will be not backwards compatible. Will be in the Virtual Console store for the Nintendo Switch. So, Virtual Console games, you can download NES and SNES. On the Wii U, you can download Game Boy Advance. You can download DS games. You can download Wii games. You can't get a GameCube game on the Wii U, though. They're saying that with the Switch, you're going to be able to do GameCube games. And the first three that it's supposed to have at launch are Luigi's Mansion, Super Mario Sunshine, and Animal Crossing. Which I think, to me, those are perfect games for something like this. Being able to play these games on the go sounds beautiful. What do you think about this? Playing GameCube games.
Fucking. What do you mean? Do it.
Would you buy if the Switch launched with Luigi's Mansion, Super Mario Sunshine, and Animal Crossing for $15 each, available to download on your Switch when you get a Switch day one? Would you buy? Which ones would you buy, if any?
I don't know. All? I mean,
legitimately.
Yeah, all of them probably.
Cool.
Fucking don't make me have to use Dolphin again to emulate.
Right.
Even though I own the games, but using RGB
and a
cables
Switch.
is too much of an
play
ass.
them to go, baby.
Pain in the ass, you don't know.
I need to see Al Delfino again. I haven't played through Mario Sunshine in such a long time. You streamed it semi-recently, didn't you?
Yep. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
You don't like it either, though. It's not your favorite Mario.
It's not my favorite Mario, but it's better than every other Mario game besides Mario 64.
Yeah, I guess you never played Super Mario World.
No, I have.
You mean 3D Mario?
Nope, I don't. 3D Marios are my favorite. Just cause people keep talking about it. Animal Crossing. Yep.
Play Stardew Valley. It'll satisfy better than that. IMO. Yes, indeed. Yes, online.
Yeah, I would totally get all three of those games. Well, I don't know if I get Animal Crossing. Actually, I probably would. I wouldn't get it if it wasn't the Switch. If it was just a home console, I wouldn't pick it up. Because it's on the Switch, take it on the go, drop it like it's hot.
Nah, man, can we not do that?
Please, can we?
But yeah, all
right.
this alleged.
Oh, and Smash Brothers. So this comes from Polygon. Report: Nintendo Switch will finally bring GameCube games to Virtual Console. Written by, gotta give that credit where it's due, Allegra Frank.
They would hire someone named Allegra Frank.
Nintendo Switch will feature a Virtual Console lineup, Eurogamer reports, and among the platforms available will be the GameCube. That would make it the very first time the GameCube favorites will be sold digitally. 3 individual unnamed sources told Eurogamer that a handful of GameCube titles are ready to go for the Switch, which launches next March. These are Luigi's Mansion, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and Animal Crossing.
Ooh.
The inclusion of Melee is particularly notable, considering it remains a favorite of esports competitors. Nintendo fans have begged for all 4 games, along with other GameCube hits, to make it to modern consoles. The Virtual Console include games from the NES system through the N64. The Wii U also has Wii and 3DS games available. Not 3DS, DS games. You fucked it up. The Wii supported, not me, the guy who wrote this, Allegra, or she. The Wii supported physical GameCube discs, but the Wii U dropped the backwards compatibility. Nintendo confirmed at least the backwards compatibility for GameCube, because it has it for Wii. Nintendo confirmed to Polygon in October that the Switch won't feature any physical backwards compatibility with the Wii U or Nintendo 3DS platforms, making a robust Virtual Console selection the best chance for nostalgic players to enjoy their older favorites. So yeah, I'm bomb. Eternal Darkness, baby! Says Idify. What are you doing? What's wrong with you?
I'm just worried, man. No, trust me. Okay, look, here's the thing. I'm worried about this because they announced 4 games.
They didn't announce shit. This is a rumor.
Right, but let's just say the rumor's true for sake of argument here.
Okay.
I would not put it past Nintendo for those to be the only 4 games.
For GameCube, maybe.
Yes!
For that day.
No, not just for the day.
Forever?
But look at their last
Forever,
virtual
ever?
consoles. It was like this big push for launch.
I think it's a
There's
fair
a decent
concern.
one, and then nothing came after that. And it's like the quote when he goes, "We've been being asked for these 4 games." I could legit see them only putting those 4 games as purchasable virtual console titles for GameCube, along with like maybe some weird third-party, really cheap ones that nobody's gonna buy, and that worries me. Had he not said, "Look, these 4 games you've been estimate," had he said, like, we've been a lot of people wanting GameCube games for a long time.
Yeah.
Had he mentioned the console more than the specific 4 games, like, and I hate to be this way, but you know how it is with Nintendo. Sometimes you gotta like get conspiracy-esque because they do weird conspiracy-esque shit. I hope that is not the way it goes.
Either yesterday or the day before yesterday, I started watching The Final Bossman from the beginning, which was the first episode was in 2013. And it's all like news topical. So 2013 news, they're like, Bioshock Infinite sucks. So it's like older news.
Right.
But one of the things that like remains true, Kyle talks about Nintendo as being this like big dumb elephant that just like is just like walking through the jungle. He's like, and they're like, hey man, you should release this and this. And they're like, nope. And it's just like, I'll just do what I want.
It's way nicer way to put it than when I've been trying to enunciate that for years.
Yeah.
It's a really good way to put it. And much nicer
elephant.
Too.
That's
it's like
Bossman
good
for you.
intentions.
Yeah.
Sure. But nope. I do what I want.
Nope. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna go this way now.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Kyle Bossman. Good egg. No GameCube collection is complete without Batman Dark Tomorrow. Kappa.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
When you're right, you're right.
Fuck Nintendo until they release that for Virtual Console. I'm with you.
Or Barbecue says Space Cat. Pretty sure I just saw that. May have been hallucinating. Totally hallucinating.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see no Space
Absolutely.
Kitties. Let's move on.
All right.
Capcom. Now, that's a big quote there for me to put in here. Capcom looking to revive its dormant IP. This comes by way of Techno Buffalo. Written by Ron Dewell.
What? You're expecting
They
me to
would
say...
hire someone named Ron Dewell.
No, they're at Polygon, then alright.
Says, quote, more good news from Capcom, and it only somewhat involves Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. The company delivered a huge weekend at PSX announcing the exciting new fighting game, releasing Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on the PlayStation, and scoring huge points with a RE7 demo update. However, this is the quote from a Capcom press release that I and a lot of others are taking as a sign of promising years from the company. Quote, in addition to regular major title releases each fiscal year, Capcom is currently focused on reviving series that have not had new entries recently or otherwise dormant IP. Beginning with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, a return for the series following a 5-year hiatus, Capcom looks to enhance its corporate value even further by utilizing its library of rich contents.
What do you want me to say?
I want you to say Mega Man, son.
I'll tell you what I'll say if he gets to this. I'll believe it when I fucking see it.
Give me that Mega Man Legends 3.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Give me that Mega Man 11.
Listen, it's
Erase the last 5 Mega Man X games.
It's no secret that Capcom does have tremendous IPs, right?
They do.
Ones of, we'll say,
give me that Ghosts and Goblins, baby.
Unlimited potential, right?
Give me that Ghosts and Goblins.
Now, knowing Capcom's pettiness for, we got burned with Mega Man Legends, was it 3? We're never going to talk about Mega Man again. That was their attitude for a long time.
Yeah.
Seems they've gotten over it, much like a breakup, right? You hold that resentment.
Yeah.
I get it. Maybe they were like, Mighty Number what? Alright, hurry guys, let's get back in there. I honestly think that might have something to do with it as well. But, yeah, as far as there's a ton of things they could have utilized that they haven't. In a little bit like that. But not as much. So, here's the thing. As far as with that quote, hopefully we're thinking... What they're alluding to is what I'm hoping, and what you're hoping.
Onimusha!
And what everyone's hoping, right?
Beautiful joke!
But this is what I learned with doing it with game developers. And they're like, you might have a little bit something special coming at you. And then it's steep.
Give me a Devil May Cry!
Okay. You know what I mean? So, hopefully, when they allude to that, this is what they're talking about. All those things you just mentioned.
Where's that Final Fight game?
I mean, don't take time away from Onimusha. But...
Don't take time away from Onimusha.
Yeah, I really do hope they're serious about this. Because Capcom, much like Konami, does hold hostage some of my favorite IPs that they don't utilize at all, or simply not enough.
Give me that Ghost of Goblins!
Yep. So that's all
Give
I
me
gotta
that
say
Power
about it.
Stone!
As far as this, wait, Capcom, Power Stone is Capcom?
Sure did.
No shit, I didn't know that.
Sure did. Give me that Rival Schools!
So what do you think?
I think this is the best news that came out of fucking PSX.
Yeah,
and we
kinda.
got Last of Us 2 got announced. And this is the best news that came out of it.
Right, but we trust Naughty Dog. It's still... That game's gonna come out.
Yeah.
Imagine...
But Capcom, man, just focus on your old shit. It's clear... I'm really happy with what Capcom's been doing with Resident Evil as far as, we're gonna re-release the Resident Evil Remake and Resident Evil 0 on current-gen consoles in HD. And we're gonna release Resident Evil 4 in HD. And we're gonna release Resident Evil 5. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're already in HD, but they're gonna up some stuff and make some stuff prettier. For 4, 5, and 6. Like they're giving it to us. They're working on Resident Evil 2 Remake. They're giving it to us.
Well, hold on.
Capcom gonna give it to you.
I hope they are.
Capcom gonna give it to you.
They've said enough about it.
Mega Man Legacy Collection.
We got the
Amazing collection.
We got the We Do It shirts.
We do have.
However, I'm a little bit concerned that we have not seen even concept art or anything of it since. That Resident Evil 2 remake, I almost expected them to kickstart it. You know what I mean? It's that sort of thing. But the fact that it is them putting a big gamble on it, right? Does make me a little bit worried. I do hope we see something of it soon. And knowing Capcom's full willingness to cancel titles that are in development, or even partially or mostly developed. Considering when we heard that 2 years ago, roughly, till we haven't seen anything, I'm a little bit worried.
Yeah,
but I would like to see an Altered Beast like Piv, so that would be kick-ass too, though.
Is that Capcom?
I don't know, but I'd like to see a new Altered Beast, though. I'd be down with that.
Maybe it's not Capcom.
So, yeah.
Maybe it's Onyx the Fortuitous, Defender of the Bright Realm.
Oh my god. If they're serious about this, and if it's not a big misunderstanding with hey, we're bringing back Bubble Bobble 6! Or some goofy shit like that, then yeah, this is the greatest news to come out of PlayStation Experience. But only time will tell.
And let's move on to our last topic before we go to Ask Apes Anything. Reggie, visiting old Jimmy Fallon.
I hate the fact that Jimmy Fallon has ever had his fucking face here in Prep Ape. I don't dislike him as a person. it's more his persona.
I appreciated his energy and enthusiasm for what he saw at Nintendo. Make sure you guys go check out the Reggie Fallon YouTube clip with Reggie there showing off a couple of things. But it was all fucking fake. You could just tell.
You know, it's fucking... Okay, I wasn't even going to say anything. Because I thought you were going to be like, shocker, you'd fucking think that he was full of shit, right?
I don't think that he's full of shit. I just think it was scripted.
I thought that the whole fucking
He knew
time,
it was. He knew the
but I
switch
was not
there.
going to tell you or say shit to you. Because I thought you were going to be like, yeah, of course you'd fucking... Dude, come on. Of course you'd fucking... You'd think that's fake. So I wasn't going to say... So I'm so happy to hear that
it's scripted.
We picked up
With
on
that being
as
said,
well.
I believe that Jimmy Fallon is a gamer, and I believe that he's super excited about it. But he's like, oh, there's a kickstand back here. Of course he knows there's a kickstand.
Yeah, no, but
He's going to... Hey, they told him to
Good
say
thing
that.
we got the fucking camera. The third one. Sit right there, right in the kickstand.
Don't tell me it's the Switch that's under this table that's perfectly designed to be
Don't
something.
tell me it's Breath of the Wild.
There's gotta be some caves.
Also, Miyamoto,
Miyamoto-san, you were in Kyoto as a kid and you explored adventures, and that's how you came up with the idea of Zelda.
You know
oh
how
my god, I didn't know he was here.
Check it out. You know how
can't believe it.
You know how you know it's fucking fake? The fact that had Hao, just hypothetically, he not had any of that to say. He's like Conan, like, oh, this is great. How much of that time would have been cut to not show more of the game? Which they showed very little of the game. Yeah. It basically showed me, Reggie, pushing a boulder off a cliff.
And
that was it.
Then he handed him the Switch, which, by the way, actually, we'll get into some of the things that we learned. He handed him the Switch, and then he's like, where do I go? And then he's like, go up that hill. And he goes up the hill, and he swipes those enemies, and everybody claps. And he's like, oh, this is amazing. I can't wait to get my hands on the Switch. And he's like, I'm glad you like it, Jimmy.
Jimmy, I'm
Reggie
glad that you
Falsalme.
like the Switch. I'm Reggie. Miyamoto's here with us. And also, it's...
How did I do on Super Mario Run? And then Miyamoto goes,
She got fucking JFK'd in that shot.
who?
You. Or him. Either one. Who held it that long?
Give me that drug
Whoever
test
it was.
3!
But no, yeah. It was clear. Okay, yeah. Hey, we're being hipster gaming douchebags right now. And we really shouldn't be.
We're focusing on that part a little bit too much. I have to admit that. But that being said,
hey, this guy's just a fucking poser, boys. This guy didn't.
This late night television show did not have sincerity behind his thoughts on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I do feel like in retrospect, after just talking about that, like a douche. In hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have gotten so
you got so excited. You were like, Tommy feels the same way I do.
No, I'm not talking. Well, yeah, both things, but yeah.
Pep says Conan's my preferred game tester for late night TV. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it would have been smart for Nintendo to show him.
I fully believe that the clueless gamer is Conan. He's very clueless
100%. 100%. I don't think that's the right stage for Nintendo, because he would have just cracked a bunch of jokes about it, which is great, but that's not what Nintendo wants. They want that hype. They want that hype train.
That's why Nintendo's fucking weak. Their games are great. Games are great. Then themselves are fucking weak, man.
Yep. So, anyway, we saw Super Mario Run, which, in my opinion, actually looks solid.
Oh, we did learn a little bit more about it afterwards, though, didn't we?
Yeah, that it's always online, and DKP's really mad about it, because he's like, I guess I can't play it when I'm in a tunnel.
No.
I guess I can't play it when I'm in a tunnel.
Are you fucking out of your
mind?
mind?
That's exactly what you said.
No, listen.
That's exactly what you said.
I said from the beginning, I'm not playing that game.
Nope, you're not.
It just interests me. However...
So, everything that you're about to say, completely invalid.
Alright, sure, I guess I can't have opinions. I mean,
you can.
Oh, Tommy. I forgot that you weren't on the late night with Jimmy Fallon.
I was.
No, you weren't, so you can't have an opinion about his sincerity.
I'm the Roots.
Oh, no, you're a prick.
I'm the Roots. I'm the all
No,
of the Roots.
you're just that entitled gamer staff trying to have that opinion about... No, listen.
No, I'm the Roots, Doug.
I wish you were.
I wish you would.
No, listen... We talk about Reggie's Law, right?
Yep.
And I might not have too big an opinion on this, but I know Reggie's Law when I see the shit.
Yep.
Right? I, along with you, one of the founders of such a phrase. So
we founded the phrase. We didn't found the law, though.
Oh no, that shit was there.
Yeah, it's been existing for a hot minute.
Yeah. It's like a Billy Joel song about how he didn't start the fire, but. It's
We didn't stop
Oh,
the
God.
fire.
so.
Mario Run is that $10 iPhone game, right? It is, correct.
Yeah.
And it comes out like this week, I think.
But if you paid $10 for it,
Super Mario Run iPhone release date.
like you're not gonna fucking sit there and tell me like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I am.
How? Well, I think you've done not much more than allude to it. You can't play this game if you don't have cell signal.
December 15th.
Even if you buy it out fucking right.
3 days from now. So I'll be able to give impressions
Garbage.
on this week's Prep Ape, which comes out on Thursday.
Fucking great. Hope you have a pisser with it. I do. I
I'm sure
do
you
mean
do.
that.
I probably won't be able to play it over here, though, because you don't have internet connection in your home.
No, I don't. We do live in the dark age.
So people that don't have internet live in the dark age? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm Phil Spencer from Xbox. Didn't you fucking hear me?
Yeah. Okay, so since people without internet live in the dark age, then only people in the dark age
Do
can't
you really
play
want to
Super
do this
Mario
right
Run.
now? I'm fully willing to. We can do it right now if we want. We can get into this. Okay, so when you have a fucking mobile game.
I gotta go pee real quick.
Oh, yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, go on. I'll yell at you in the pisser then.
Okay, please.
All right, now I know. All right, so when you have a fucking mobile game, what's the point of it? Do you have to play it where? Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. In your home? Oh no, I didn't think so. Just piss already.
In a tunnel. I'll play them in a tunnel.
Just piss already.
How am I gonna play this game in a tunnel?
Well, I can't answer that. Doing the happy dance. Doing the happy dance. No, look. Fact is, right? It's absolutely complete fucking absurd and insanity. I'm looking at the bathroom door like I'm talking to him. But that they would fucking do this. Yeah, we're venturing into into mobile. Oh, great. You have your simple runner, freemium, if you will, which is, yeah, you can pay for it all for $10 fucking dollars, great. Or it's microtransaction if you want. Okay, fair enough, I suppose, right? But in what... like, do you forget what it means to be a mobile game? And what are the incentives? By the way, thank God you're back. What are the incentives to have it online only? You think you're gonna pirate Mario Run? Are you fucking kidding me?
What's the problem with not having it online only?
What if I was in the mountains, I don't know, last Saturday? Which I was. Motherfucker.
In the mountains a lot?
What if I was? What if we got stuck up there and I was about to get raped by bears and I was like, well, the last thing I want to do... This is not the point! What if the last thing... What if the last thing I wanted to do before I got raped to death by bears... No.
You're gonna have to play Games of Glory on PlayStation Vita.
How the fuck are you defending this?
Just because I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yes, it fucking...
It's not that big of a deal.
It fucking is, though.
It's not.
Why?
There's okay.
Hey, guess what?
Hold on.
I want to do this thing where you go, just because you bought this game. Now we're going to control when the fuck you can play it. Yeah. And especially on this particular device, it's fucking absurd.
Here's what we're going to do. Here's what I'm going to do.
All right.
I'm going to be 100% honest with you.
Okay.
Every single time that I run into a situation where I want to play Super Mario Run and I can't, I'm going to tally and I'm going to text you. That's what I'm going to do. Every single time
I'm glad that Nintendo develops its games just for you, though. That's great.
They do.
I know they do.
They do.
That's why they all suck. Halfway.
I
don't... Here's the thing, like, I get what you're saying as far as, like, yeah, but, like, I don't see how
you don't want me to text you every time I can't do it?
No, please do.
By the way, I won't be able to text you because my internet won't work.
Well, text me afterwards. But, like...
So, speaking of, I actually need to call AT&T and tell them that there's fucking bullshit that I can't send a text when I can't get a fucking satellite connection. Because I'm not close enough to a radio tower. So I have to reach out to them, and I need to let them know that it's fucking travesty that I cannot text when I'm out of range, when I'm up in the mountains. And I'm going to tell them I want a refund for the last 25 minutes that I was up in the mountains.
You know, it's the first time I've done this. I'm turning completely sideways. I'm gonna love with you here.
I'm going to text them every time.
Hold on, no.
And I'm going to I'm going to reach out. I'm going to say, there are people in third world countries who can't access their text messages or their Facebook. I need you to fix it, AT&T. I'm not paying for your services anymore.
You know why you can't fucking text? It's because there's no service. Because it's not possible.
So,
right? Now, what if they just said, hey, look, you went into... We're not sponsored
they
by...
can't just increase their service?
No, hold on. What if they said, we're not sponsored by Barnes & Nobles, and we see that you're in one. You can't make calls till you leave the Barnes & Nobles. You're like, what the fuck?
Be travesty.
You have coverage here.
I'll make sure to text you every single time.
Listen.
That I cannot access.
I know you get really offended by this, but listen, asshole.
Whoa.
It's a matter of can and won't. Can is the matter of AT&T not having service for you. Won't is Nintendo, and that's fucked.
The last thing you wanted to do was do a Facebook status update before the Bears raped you.
Yeah, thank you.
And you couldn't.
But at least I was like, well...
So call AT&T and tell them you want your 38 cents back.
How do you not understand... Do you not understand the difference here? You're just fucking with me.
I'm just fucking with you. Calm down.
No,
you
okay.
You and I had a conversation about this before, about how fucked up it was.
But you were also like, yeah, I don't think it's that big a deal. So like, that's why
I said was it's not a big deal to me, but I totally get why it's a big deal to everybody.
Because I am getting really angry.
I know, I can tell. I love it.
No, okay. We're good.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to text you.
As long as I know that you're not like...
How did you not know... Because you and I have conversations about our topics beforehand.
Sometimes you've done that shit where it's like, what, are you serious? And you've been like, yeah. And been completely serious. Like, I thought this was just one of those times.
What's up, TP Poker?
How you doing, man?
Man.
Oh, I was getting really... I was like, how the fuck can you say this is good? Oh, okay.
So let's talk about that Switch on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, let's do it.
It looks like there's a USB-C port at the bottom of it, which is how it displays to HDMI. So you're going to plug it in. It's going to attach into that USB-C. You know why that's good? 2 reasons.
You know why it's good? China.
China. 2 reasons.
2 reasons.
2 reasons.
2 reasons.
Reason number 1. You ready?
Yeah, let's hear it.
USB-C is a non-proprietary cable.
On what?
Non-proprietary.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't have to buy some fucking weird adapter to be able to charge it. You can use a USB-C.
Yeah, I'm completely cool with that.
Which you can get fucking everywhere. Number 2, USB-C charges exceptionally fast. Exceptionally fast. So, even if they're...
Exceptionally fast
over in China. China. I wonder if Trump is pro-tits. Of course he is.
If there's anything I am, it's anti-Rosie pro-tit China. It charges exceptionally fast. And why is it important that it charges exceptionally fast? Can you explain that to me? Well, because you can take it anywhere. You want to come home for your lunch break?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking, wouldn't you like to play it when you get back to work and do less work again? You need to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And you want it to be fully charged.
I'm going to call him up when it dies of power, because I'll be like, I'm not close enough to a charger. I'll be like, I want my money back. There isn't a fucking outlet out here in the fucking redwoods of California on these mountains. There isn't an outlet in this tree right here. So I want my money back for my Nintendo Switch.
That would be a tragedy, yeah.
China. Yeah, fast charging, non-proprietary. That's huge.
Fast charging.
China.
No. So, yeah, go on.
Do you disagree? How
no, that's great.
Also,
rumor though, huh?
I mean, yeah, but there are people that are like zooming in on it.
No, because
zooming in on
if I know better, and I do, knowing Nintendo, it's gonna be fucking you charge it via fucking 4-inch floppy disk or some shit like that.
What you have to do is you have to get a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch to charge it.
No, this is Nintendo. Yeah, French Toast Crunch.
Oh yeah, definitely French Toast.
Can't be that fucking easy. I'm sorry. No.
It's gonna have to be Boo Berry
and the McHaggis and the McRib.
You do need that McRib. Reggie should have been on Jimmy Kimmel because we all know how much he likes games. Kappa. So another thing of note: how thin this fucking thing is. It's like as thin as an iPad Air. It's like as thin as your phone.
As thin as China. I'm sorry, I can't.
Your energy level is a little high right now
It is. Because I got fucking really angry about like 4 minutes ago.
That horse that you were on. That high, very tall horse.
That would be like arguing like as a Jew being like, what do you mean the Holocaust didn't happen? You fucking how can you sit here and tell me that?
French Toast Crunch is
It would be equally as like just how are you doing this?
help me.
So
I recommend new Frosted Flakes with marshmallows. That sounds awesome.
Very good ruse, Major T. You got me.
Yeah, well, I want to be there. Very thin.
Oh, well, we'll be there.
Very thin.
Yeah.
Like I said, like as thin as your phone.
So we did see that, yeah. Now, that was never really...
It looks thicker in the commercials.
Did it?
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I have to go back and look.
So, yeah. Very cool. Also, somebody did some graphics comparisons of the Wii U version of Zelda to the Switch version. Switch version has a larger draw distance.
Ah.
So.
It's interesting they will do that.
More power confirmed.
Than the Wii U? Thank God.
I know, right?
I would hope.
We got those, like, whiskey hiccups right now.
Be nice to me.
Like
Be nice to me. I gave blood today, all right? I knew I was going to be a cheap...
Grandma, out your date, Gina away.
I knew I was going to be a cheap date tonight, all right?
For Christ's sake. It looks thicker in the commercials. That's what she said.
They told me that they're like, by the way, don't drink caffeine or alcohol for 4 days, please.
Is that what they said?
I had a Red Bull in the car that I just opened when I got back out.
She goes, don't drink caffeine or alcohol for the next 4 days. And you go, bitch, do you know who I am?
You must not know who I am. And then, yeah, I'm not gonna quit the juggernaut, but...
There is alcohol and caffeine running through the blood that you just took out.
Dude, my heart pumps blood and alcohol. It's what it is, man.
Yeah.
Oh, and also a little bit of Red Bull here and there.
Remember when Zelda was supposed to come out in 2014?
You don't like that?
I remember.
You don't like that?
I don't.
No, yeah. So, yeah, here's the thing with this appearance, though. We did learn fucking nothing.
Did you hear all that stuff I just said?
Yeah, but that's like... Dude, all that's really little shit, though.
No, it's not.
Oh, bruh.
USB-C?
Bigger draw difference in Zelda. You can charge it. Like, dude...
USB-C. Non-proprietary. Fast charging.
That's like if you were like, oh, hey, by the way, I don't have... You thought I was going to have hepatitis B, didn't you? Nah, I got hep C. I don't care. Like, I'm gonna.
My favorite part
you
is
got
when,
hep one way or the other.
My favorite part is when Reggie gets on there and he goes, Super Mario Run. It's going to come exclusively to the iPhone and the iPad on December 15th, and it will be always online for all the people that are connected, and for everyone else, they can suck my butthole.
Did you throw in Mario on there just as a fuck you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's so. I was like, there's no way he fucked. Yeah, that's right, he didn't. I was like, okay, I know you're fucking with me. I'm not buying it this time. Now, I knew the rest of it as an obvious joke, but I had to think about the first part. It was subtlety of it. Super Mario, Reggie said it. I was like, wait a minute. Jimmy Fallon said that shit. He played the old Ghostbusters. Harold, what is it? Rick Moranis. You want to play Mario Bros? No. Play Super Mario, motherfucker.
You fucking prick. Learn from this picture, Jimmy Fallon is wearing his tie fucking wrong. Kappa. It's true. Alright. I thought we learned some cool stuff. DKP thinks we didn't. Let's move on to our final segment of the night.
Shocker.
Shocker.
Alright, Ask Apes.
Look at him sitting there with his glasses on.
He didn't even need fucking whatever these are here. You don't need them either. Now, that'd have been really rude of me to break your ear holders.
I would have fucking gotten this and I'd have cracked it in half and I'd have thrown it at your monitor and I'd have I'd
have made that a highlight. That'd have been really neat. You'd broken the Yeti in half.
Yeah.
Hulk style?
Yeah.
That would have been neat.
Like a Pringle.
So what do we got for Ask Apes anything?
Okay, so if you go to facebook.com/group/The Chainsaw Ape Group, there's a pinned post every week. You go in there and you ask some questions and hashtag Ask Apes Anything post. And we'll read them live. They can be about video games. They can be about TV shows. They can be about internet connections and where you can't access them, where you can. You know.
Aren't you about a piece of shit?
Can I ask a question?
I don't mean that sweet.
You absolutely
sweet
can. Facebook.com/group/Chainsaw Ape Group. I'm just kidding. Hopefully we'll come back to it. I think Fallon gets a lot of Gina. Of course he does. Reggie looks like Zordon.
Sadly.
Of course he does. Plugs. All right.
Reggie looks like Zordon. Of course he does. Sorry, I'm a little bit saucy tonight.
Morning Sharkcast. By the time Prep Ape happens, You may have seen the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer from Jimmy Kimmel's show. Is Peter Parker a YouTuber based off that teaser?
Jimmy Kimmel's like, I don't know, I was thinking Jimmy Fallon. He's like, I know this. I love Peter Paragray. He's great. And it's him fucking it up. Like, he's not really a fan. Get it?
Yeah, I gotcha.
I mean, the
Harry
ribs.
Potter. I'm about to fucking break your ear. Okay. From Jimmy Kimmel's show, is Peter Parker a YouTuber based off that teaser?
I fucking hope not.
Maybe. I don't think so.
Could you imagine
He's
going to watch the new Spider-Man movie and he goes,
he's all,
"Hey guys, it's
your boy, Peter Parker."
I would go. You know the old Seinfeld gif where he's leaving the theater and he's like, "It's okay."
What are your thoughts on the Spider-Man trailer?
I don't know. Still,
I
do like there's more Robert Downey Jr., but I know a lot of people don't.
Yes, that's me.
I feel like that's going to add a new layer of antagonist, which I think would be good to layer the story a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm the antagonist.
But
Fuck that. Number 1. I love the fact that it's a high school movie. That scene where they're sitting there and they're like hitting on that chick while dreaming about her, and that dude's like, "You guys are lame." I like that. I like the idea of it being like a nerdy teenage movie. Number 2, Robert Downey Jr. is in 3 scenes in that fucking trailer.
Okay, wait.
3 scenes.
No, look, he might be a big part of it, but let me put it this way. You like the fact that it's, like, more kid-based, right?
Yeah. Teenager.
Well, teenager-based. What's a big thing of... It's like Homecoming, which does reminisce of, like, 80s films.
Yeah, Breakfast Club and stuff like that.
Yes. Now, what is a big part of those films? Which is, like, something's happening... Kids try to tell the parents, like, "Oh, we don't believe you." That's going to be the Iron Man character. If there is going to be a villain, he's going to try to sell it to Tony Stark as far as, like, hey, something's fucking up. Now, he's going to play the villain, the parent character and go, "Listen, kid, just because you got powers in the suit, don't let it go to your fucking head. Just because you're a hero, sure. Doesn't mean you have to try to be a hero everywhere. You're seeing things that they're not, right?" He's going to play the not believing sort of character. Otherwise, this would be Spider-Man and Iron Man. Right?
Which is what it is.
No, it's Spider-Man Tony Stark. I think that
Did you see that last scene?
No, listen. I think based on...
Did you see that last scene?
Maybe I didn't. But
they're flying together.
That's like the Rocky 3... That's like that... That's... Just keep going, Wayne. That's like the Rocky 3...
That was not a new major team. That was a hot goth chick.
Hey,
that's pretty good. What's the difference?
Anyways... That I do like the fact that he's going to run into wherever the antagonist is going to be. I fully believe he's going to try to tell Tony Stark, and he's going to be like, "Hey, listen, you're like 17 years old. Stop reading too much into this shit." And it's going to be the same stereotype that we used to have with movies like that, to where nobody believes the kid. I do think it's how it's going to play out, which if it does, I think it's a smart way to do it. Still... Yeah. What?
Too much Robert Downey Jr. in that movie.
Ah, fuck you. But you know
what it needs more of?
Robert Downey Jr. What?
Winter Soldier. There should be more Winter Soldier as Spider-Man Homecoming. All right, I'm moving on.
Hold on, we got comments. You hit those real quick.
I like the goth chick making fun of the boys. And then I said that it looked like it was a dude. Totally Boy George, by the way. TP Poker says, "Thanks, I have a question. Need to buy a new phone. I got a 6S Plus for business and a Galaxy Note Edge for every day. Need to get rid of the Samsung. What should I get? I like big phones." You should get
get a Note. The ones that don't blow up. Besides that, don't say iPhone anything, because like, those are not big. Right?
iPhone 6S or 7S Plus or something.
Sorry.
Fair enough. I don't know.
Well, I got the Galaxy 6 or 7.
I don't know
Edge.
anything about phones.
It's pretty good, man. I like it. I like it a lot.
My job pays for my phone, and then I answer it.
I got a phone!
And that's all. Eddie Murphy says, "I can't wait for the part where Iron Man creates another Spider-Man and they both scream, M.A. for 3 minutes.
Did you hear that if Anken isn't connected to the internet, I can't tell him to go fuck his mother?
TP Poker says, "Winter Soldier was great." Anken says, "Do you guys
I already got that one. I already got that one. You don't got to keep going. I already got it.
Pep says, "I have a theory that the hot goth chick will be Mary Jane. I think it'll be Boy George." So, what is all that noise?
I hope it's Ric Flair.
Woo! Right here, a.k.a. Middle Guy asks, "Did you see the Mario app and the Switch on Fallon? What did you think of the two? Also, Miyamoto playing the Mario theme with the Roots. Too cool." I think what I'm most excited about is when I go to the mountains and I can't play Super Mario Run. How excited I'm going to be about that. You know what's going to be cool is if the Nintendo Switch is always online too.
You're such a prick.
Obviously, if you saw 20 minutes ago, we talked about that. TP Perk says Ric Flair's my idol. Woo! Next up, Out-of-57 asks, why does hummus and baby carrots work well together? Do we look like we eat hummus and baby carrots?
Because you're gay.
Next question. Out-of-57 asks, who's the better bounty hunter, Boba Fett or Cad Bane? Cad Bane?
Boba Fett.
Out-of-57 asks, who's more of a badass, Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker in the context of the first Star Wars trilogy and nothing else? No comics, no books, etc. Darth Vader's way better. Luke Skywalker's kind of a punk.
He's a punk.
He is a punk. He
is a punk. Do you have to say it like that?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
He's a punk.
All right, then I gotta go with you, Vader. Sure.
Of course he is.
Not Anakin. I'm talking like.
No, he said Darth Vader in context of the original trilogy.
Yeah, Vader. Easy.
Vader's way more badass.
Easy.
He's choking fools out.
David Carradine's like, please stop. I'm done. I told you I'm done.
I'm done. No.
Robin
Williams, I'm coming home.
He's like, Robin.
Next up, Peppa Bass. The graffiti says that Final Fantasy IX was the best one. What do the apes think? I can't answer that question. Probably the demo for 15. Because that's all I've really put a lot of time into outside of 11.
I don't have anything to say about that. But
Final Fantasy 7? You know Final Fantasy 7?
I misheard you.
What's the best Final Fantasy game?
7, easy.
All right.
In my opinion. Hold on. But he goes, Luke destroyed the Death Star, took down Jabba. Vader, right, only cut off Luke's hand. That's all he did. They called this guy up like, hey, kid, how are your skills at hand cutting? We've been looking for a child about your age to reach till about 55 years old to cut off a hand. Are you ready to do this shit? You ready to start your journey? Because there's one hand we've been thinking.
Did you see?
We're gonna have to make it come first.
Did you see what you did to the Emperor?
Now you're gonna have to come first before we can help this hand. We don't want to tell you about it. There's this hand kid. I hate to break it to its party.
We threw him like a barrel from Donkey Kong Country.
The whole point of your life is to grow up to cut off this hand, though.
You gotta cut off your kid's hand. It's kind of like Walking Dead, where he's like, "You're gonna cut your son's hand off, or I'm gonna be real mad."
Oh, really?
And then Vader's all okay, and then Luke's like, "You're not my father.
You're not my real dad, anyway."
and then it ends. The prequels don't count. You don't count.
Yeah,
next up, Dr. Dardass.
It's all Vader did, though. It's fine.
Dr. Dardass, what game holds a huge replay value to you? Something that you could play through once a year just for the sheer fun of it. I played through 2 games every single year. Just 2. The original Legend of Zelda, except for this year, because this is my 52. Original Legend of Zelda. And Donkey Kong Country Part 1.
You want games I played through multiple times? Resident Evil Remake and Resident Evil 2. There you go.
Shocker.
Yeah, you guys have seen them multiple times this year. Outside of that, a lot of times Final Fantasy VII I usually play through.
Never even seen you play through that game.
Haven't in 2 years since we started streaming.
We've been friends for like 7. Never seen you play it.
It's because I didn't play when you came over. But like, in 2 years, yeah. That used to be in my repertoire, but no longer.
Abada.
Abada.
Next question comes from Chet Bicep. He says, "Hey muchacho chew, can we officially rename the channel to Chet Saw Ape? We know the viewers are here for my rugged good looks." Sure.
Ask him to submit the ticket with Twitch, and we'll do it.
Cool. Big Juicy asks, if Chet is so elite, why don't you guys stream 24/7 like the Truman Show or EdTV? That's actually 2017. That's how we're going to do it, 24/7 with Chet Bicep. Dr. Dart asks, what are your thoughts on a worldwide crew that streams to the same channel 24/7? I think it's cool. I don't think it's the right thing for Chainsaw Ape because it kind of takes away from the...
Look, it's kind of weird in general having
there's already
multiple...
too many of us. I'm about ready to fire everybody but you and I.
I don't agree with that, but I don't like the idea.
I don't agree with that.
Well, I don't like the idea of it being like we're a multicaster channel. No,
That's what we
it's
are,
kind of like right, but the idea that almost as though is when you see other multicaster channels, it's people promoting kind of their own shit, but streaming on the same like platform.
Yeah,
that's not what this is. It's kind of the same thing, but it's a team, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to divide that any more than it already is, as far as time wise.
Yeah, for sure.
Schedule wise. So
we're 7 days a week now. I'm happy with 7 days.
So as far as to say like worldwide crew, like, if we did find somebody who we wanted to host, we'll host you.
Yeah.
Right. But as far as like taking over our official time slots, I don't want to dilute what we already have.
Yeah.
I don't think that would help. I think it would hurt more than anything.
Right here says I'd be open to supporting a 24/7 channel. So, yeah.
Well, perhaps in the future we can talk about it, but
yeah,
right now our scalability can't.
The hope is that we can go full time so that you and I can stream a minimum total of 8 hours a day, not each.
I'm either gonna end up killing yours, or we're gonna end up blowing each other every day.
I mean, that's gonna happen.
4 hours Chatterbait, 2 hours Twitch. What do you think, baby?
2 hours Grinder.
Just looking for people. You better believe it.
Grinding. Idify7 asks, DKP, do you think CC could get some bling for your cat's asshole?
The fuck does that even mean? Hold on, no. With my
Chamber's
help,
more like Strange Junkies, one team that does multiple things.
With my help, yes.
Cool. Next question, Idify7 asks, considering that it's your second year attending the PlayStation conference between San Fran and now Southern California, which one would you say was the better experience? I would say SoCal because of Disneyland.
Outside of actually hanging out with Edify and all that shit, I would definitely prefer our first experience.
Okay.
The reason being, which is
I would say just based on PlayStation experience and like what like
it was more set up last year.
Yeah.
Plus, like it was one thing where we went from like home right to PlayStation experience. Pretty short walk, like 20 minutes maybe. But when we were in downtown San Francisco, there was a bunch of shit to see on the way there. Yeah. Homeless guys heckling us about some Doritos.
Yeah. We like walked around, went to some cool burger joints.
Yeah, went and saw
the burger joint that had those garlic fries was slamming.
Couldn't have been more downtown.
Yeah.
So comedy clubs, and we did go see Jim Norton. All sorts of shit was right there.
Yeah.
As far as that was better. The simple fact of hanging out, legit shooting the shit with you, Idify, and getting drunk.
The convention center was
all
a lot
that.
Nicer.
That made this experience as a whole way better. Plus the wives, you know.
Yeah.
There's your answer.
Cool. Edify7 asks, alright, let's do this. Your overall impressions of meeting the great Edify. Was he everything you imagined him to be? He was a lot more shy than I thought he would be. I thought...
Yeah.
Because we...
Super fucking awesome, nice guy, though.
Yeah, insanely nice guy. Probably...
I left feeling guilty.
Yeah.
That I couldn't have been as nice.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, when I come to Austin, y'all pay for me. He paid for our meals a lot, which is cool. Appreciate that. He's like, y'all pay for me.
Oh, yeah.
But there's like a bunch of us. So if it's like, you cover one meal, then I cover one meal.
It's going to have to be one of those things where like, to even come close.
He's going to have to stay here for like 2 weeks.
Or we're going to take him to a titty bar. And really
that's the solution. Oh, man. Good job. Because I'm like, how can we possibly pay him back?
Bet your ass, baby.
Titty bar. $3,000. We're dropping it. I didn't say pay for me. Just show me a good time.
Well, hey, it's both.
Yeah.
You won't see a better time than that much money spent at a titty bar.
Yep.
And your dick will stay dry. Don't worry, baby.
I
mean, not the tip, maybe. A little bit of it.
That's going to be up to him.
A little bit of it. But, yeah, that's up to you.
Nice guy, though. Very nice guy. I'm going to be honest. It felt like... I mean, honestly, since we've hung out with him as long as we have, 2 years?
Yeah.
Going
like
on a year and a
years.
half, 2 years?
Yeah.
He didn't feel like a stranger or anything. Like, it was very easy to have conversations
There's
with
been
him.
a couple people that I met that have watched the stream that I met. It was kind of awkward because it's like, I don't know you. Like, at all, it's the first time meeting. Oh, holy shit, you're...
It's like when you
That
go
was
see a
kinda
friend that
weird
you
a
haven't
little
seen
bit.
in like 10 years. It's like, hey, we're friends. Let's just
you
pick
know,
up where we left off.
People like Lord Barbecue are kind of exempt because I knew him even before we started streaming. But There was none of that.
Yep.
So yeah, it was a pisser. We got drunk.
Yep.
There was zero weird getting to know each other.
Yep.
It was a
cool.
pisser, man. Great host.
He took us to Long Beach. Long Beach is very nice.
Well, I slept that off.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, that was fucked up. Drooled on Angry Tomato's pillow.
Yep.
Living the dream, man.
Living the dream. Next question. Signed to Speak asks, but what are your thoughts of Allison Road and how they were forced to stop development? And poof, Resident Evil 7 or Biohazard 7 is what Allison Road would have been or sort of is. I don't think those two are connected, to be perfectly honest. I'm sure Allison Road will pop up at some point.
Even if it doesn't, Allison Road came after Silent Hill, PT. And I would say that PT and Resident Evil 7 are not connected.
Yeah.
So that's what I gotta say about that.
And the final question.
Would have to say a little bit more, perhaps, if Sign to Speak was still here with us. And if it wasn't 2 hours, almost 3 hours in on Prep 8.
Are we almost 3 hours in?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, I told you it was going to be a fucking juicy
No,
meaty.
we knew it would be. That's all right.
Yeah, that's cool. Longest one we've ever done. Congratulations, sir.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
Next question. I'm like, hey, man, I just want to make sure I'm home by midnight. And you're like, that shouldn't be a problem. And it still shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, no,
It's
it might
almost
be a
11.
problem.
It might be a problem. I mean, it's not a big deal. Next up. After Guardians of the Galaxy, this comes from Eddie Murphy. After Guardians of the Galaxy, what do you think is next for Telltale? Beyond sequels, because they're gonna do sequels. Did you say my dick?
I did. And then I got up to celebrate all.
I think
Your dick! Oh, do I? No. I have no idea, man.
I think it's gonna be a TV show.
Price is Right. I'm sorry.
Westworld, maybe?
Too cheap a date tonight. Oh, that would be neat. Although I wouldn't care to play it because I haven't watched Westworld yet. I did hear the finale was incredible.
It is very cool.
So maybe I need to get to it, yeah.
It like walks up and it's like, what are you gonna do to this host? And the options are like murder, rape,
murder,
stab in the ear. And then it's like
all these
stab
things
in the ear.
happen.
And then the host goes, Maeve will remember that.
You raped me. I'll remember that.
I'll remember that. That's what they'll say.
Don't think I'll forget.
That would be kind of cool is if it kind of breaks the third wall. And like the host talk to you based on your decision making. So what would you say here? Then you're like, that'd be kind of neat. A little bit of a twist.
Yeah, look, I know I just raped somebody, but could you not be asking me about it? That's kind of the point of this, Anonymous. How did you feel when that just happened? Could you not? Yeah.
Westworld says Pebiv.
No.
I'm assuming you probably said that before we did, but what?
Planet of the Apes.
Oh, dude, the new Planet of the Apes.
That would be fucking incredible.
That would be incredible. Starring James Franco.
Well, I mean, yeah, I would be down to... That would be neater, actually.
If you guys have not watched the new Planet of the Apes movies...
It's fucking incredible.
Which are Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and the upcoming War for the Planet of the Apes. Make sure you watch those movies. They're so fucking good. They're so fucking good. Not a huge fan of the old ones.
He forced me to watch the first one.
I did.
And I was like,
And you saw Franco and
Draco
Malfoy, and you're like, oh, I'm in.
I could not be more excited. It was so good.
So good. So good. The whole idea of how the apes take over the planet is like super, super cool. Woody Harrelson killing apes? Yeah, he is. It's going to rock. Yeah, it looks really good.
Those are the questions we got?
That's it, baby. We did it. 2 hours and 47 minutes in.
I feel like I'm doing all right.
Feel like I'm petering out here.
No, not petering out.
But
they were like, hey, you need to eat 2 full meals before coming in. Don't drink. And I didn't, I haven't drank.
Don't have any caffeine.
No, I haven't drank since Saturday. But I haven't eaten since, like, yesterday. And they were like,
what are you doing not eating before you go get your blood drawn?
Well, no, hold on. What's today?
I don't know. I don't want to.
Like, I ate tonight, but they were like, make sure you eat tonight. All those things they said, like, I didn't do. So I feel like I'm making an ass of myself by being like, too huddy buddy, right?
Well,
so
you want to go get some ribs?
Yeah, let's fucking do it. I'd be totally down. So before I make an ass of myself, I feel like we should end this.
Yep.
It's 3 hours. God
3
damn.
hours. We did it, baby.
And also, like, on Prep 8, but I normally drink a little bit harder because it's a good time. It's more like almost like being at a bar.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm at home, I'll sip a glass of whiskey. But if I'm at a bar, it's you're going, you're having a good time, and that's how Prep 8 is. 3 hours of this shit's rough.
Beefy, baby. Beefy.
Yeah, we went through half a bottle of Knob Creek. And you only had one glass.
Yep. And there's still a little bit in there, too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's mostly ice at this point, or water.
We're talking literally...
Not really ice anymore.
Oh, 50% ABV. But, alright. So, how about you sign us out, man?
Thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll see you on this coming Thursday, because we're coming back this week.
You'll see him tomorrow, though.
I will see you tomorrow. Jay Diggs and I will be playing some Ocarina of Time.
And I'll be here on Thursday with VKP, allegedly. Ideally. And then, again on Thursday. Oh, baby.
Prep 8.
Oh, baby.
Friday, Pebif.
You better believe it.
Saturday, Chet Bicep.
Friday, Peb.
What are y'all playing?
I'm not sure. I think we might play Old Republic.
Cool.
Yes.
That'd be neat.
I was talking to Peb on Friday, and he was like, well, I'm not sure. I've been thinking about it a little bit. He's like, maybe Star Wars I could play a game. And I was like, listen, whatever game we play didn't really matter too much. Like,
Yeah.
The conversation,
Yeah.
the shooting, all that will carry itself completely. It'll be just
True.
fucking fine.
It's true.
So, yeah, all of that will be great.
Cool. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm Major Tom.
I'm DKP.
We'll see you next time.
And, yeah. What do you got? Hamana. Goodbye.